Alrighty, our next run is ready. This is going to be Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, run by Lightning Leon. Once again, my name is Zathian, and I will be your host. Lightning Leon, show us how it's done.
Alright, hey everybody, Lightning Leon here. Tonight I'll be running Grand Blue Fantasy Relink for you all. This is probably the newest game on the schedule for RPG Limit Break. That's because I decided to run this within the first week of this game coming out in February and decided to YOLO submit it to RPG Limit Break, and we're here now. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Can I get a confirmation on what my voice language will be for the run, as well as my character appearance and character name?
You got it. Final bids are in. Oh, except that they've just disappeared off of my tracker. One moment, please.
It's all good.
There we go. Sorry. English has sniped the lead for the voice language at $6, and the main character appearance has won with a landslide $30 for Jita.
All right. I quickly had to reload the game here for English to take place. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start a new game here. This is the any % category. We play on the easiest difficulty. No assist mode on. I'll get into assist mode, what that is, after we do our character. Select and get the character name. We're going to skip this cutscene here. It's a little backstory stuff. So we decided to start time on confirm after confirming our gender and name, because I guess we didn't want to penalize people for being different. All right, so just to confirm again, Jita won by a landslide, and our name is...
the name is Moon Prince. Moon is all capital letters and capital Prince.
All right, Moon Prince, just like that?
Just like that.
All right, so time is going to start on confirm here. I'm going to go ahead and give a countdown on go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So this is Grand Blue Fantasy. To set the stage here, we're playing as the captain here, Moon Prince. She's the captain of the Skyfarers here, and how all the Skyfarers know each other. From my understanding, I'm going to go ahead and qualify myself by saying I'm not an expert at Grand Blue Fantasy lore, but pretty much all these Skyfarers all have kind of the same motivations and ambitions, and are all trying to reach this land known as Estalucia. Here we're going to go ahead and get into a little tutorial fight. Some wyverns are going to go ahead and storm our ship, and we're going to get into the basics of combat in this game. There's this little awkward section of waiting between that segment here. Alright, we're going to jump off here. We're going to come to this wyvern here. They're going to basically tell us that we can do attacks here. We're going to keep attacking. We're going to get some tutorials on how to guard and dodge. Do very basic stuff here. So playing as the captain here, the main way you play is you're going to be wanting to do combo finishers here. We're going to be forced to guard here. Upon unlocking guard, you're going to see me mash L1 and square to do guard canceling. This is our best form of DPS right now at the moment, since we don't have any skills. We're going to go ahead, force to dodge this, and finish off this wyvern here. And go team up with our magical girl mascot of the Skyfarers, Lyria. Here. Alright, so with all these wyverns around here, we're going to go ahead, through some magical power, I'm not sure how they're able to do it, but Moon Prince and Lyria are able to summon a massive dragon known as Proto-Bahamut. This guy that's now attacking our ship right now, and they cleared out all the wyverns. So this is technically our first boss battle, but this is also our first introduction to auto-scrollers in this game. This game's story mode is definitely plagued with a bunch of boss fights that are auto-scrollers. This one in particular is pretty egregious, being, I believe, about around 5 minutes here. So while this guy is, wrecking our ship here, we can't really do anything. Our party members are going to attack, and we're going to do numbers, but it doesn't really mean anything. While they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and just lay down what the any % category is, as well as what no DLC and pre-patch is. So any % category is the prologue, chapters 1 through 9, and the final chapter. There is an epilogue chapter you can do, but that kind of, we decided any % category is just like the more popular category, because Epilogue has you doing some pretty tedious stuff. So any percent kind of gives you a good, fresh taste of what Grand Blue has to offer in terms of the speedrun. No DLC versus DLC is kind of self-explanatory. No DLC, we're not using any of the DLC because DLC is pretty busted in this game. Not only do you get two very powerful characters in Chapter 2 or Chapter 1, but you also get like a bunch of broken items that get you all the way up to level 100, making it essentially a New Game Plus soft playthrough. No DLC, there's a lot more skill expression and strategizing you have to do. You have to actually play well, somewhat, even though we're also playing on easy mode, just to get through at bosses as fast as possible. Pre-patch I'll touch into a bit later, but the primary reason we're playing on pre-patch is because certain techniques get patched out for a lot of characters, and the character we're going to primarily be using for the speedrun, we definitely want to use it for pre-patch because he's really good on him. So cool thing, we picked Jita, or the female character, as the speedrun character for this run here. There's kind of some investigation going on whether or not playing as Gran or Jita is faster or not. We kind of believe Jita is faster slightly, although it's really hard to determine because overall it's very nuanced, and it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because we won't be playing as the captain too much physically. When it comes to English versus Japanese, English is actually the fastest language, believe it or not. It saves a few time here and there in these certain dialogue sections here. Alright, so Bahamut is still wrecking our ship here on the Grand Cypher. This is Rackham's ship here. He's our like helmsman. This is actually some magical ship here, from what I'm told, or from what I've read up on the lore. We're gonna wait for him. He's probably gonna do, I believe, a Reagan Live move right here. That usually indicates when it's been about a minute till we end. Yeah, this is probably it right here. There is a way to stop him from doing this and cancel it, but it doesn't really do anything. I'm not sure how you actually do that. So we're just running around in circles. It's here to start. That's actually going to be a common theme of what you see here in the speedrun. Us just walking in circles here. Actually, as he descends back here, we're going to skip a cutscene here, and we're actually going to get into a little bit of a skip here. So Bahamut is going to charge up his Skybound art here. A purple bar is going to flash on the screen here. When this purple bar hits the Y, we want to time a jump at the Y and do either some slashes and jump. This is going to skip us getting delayed when Bahamut hits our ship here, and we can just immediately run up on him and start dealing damage. Just like that. So we're coming up here, attacking Bahamut here. Our Predators are attacking here as well. After this dialogue, the damage we do here actually does matter, and this will be Proto Bahamut. Not really a boss fight per se, but this is all of the prologue here. Alright, so after this chapter, Lyria is actually able to tame and quell Proto Bahamut back into her, I think, necklace or chest, wherever she keeps her magical primal beasts or primeval gods. That's what beings like Proto Bahamut are kind of referred to. And upon doing that, she gets so tired from it that she ends up falling off the ship and collapsing. Moon Prince actually tries to rescue her and save her before she falls off the ship, but we end up falling off the ship as well and crash land into this forest area. We didn't exactly land with Lyria, so we're going to go ahead and quickly look for her somewhere. Interesting thing about Lyria and Moon Prince's connection is that they share a life link. Some of the backdrop of the story is apparently Lyria and Catalina were running away from the Earth Empire, and Moon Prince here sacrificed her life to save Lyria, and in return Lyria decided to give half of her life so that both Moon Prince and Lyria could go to Estelucia here. We can actually just jump over and skip that vine here. So coming up here, we're going to find Lyria and get into our first little fight here where we might lose time here just because we're playing as Jita here. Yeah, it's looking like it's not happening here. So one of the differences is between Jita and, the male and the female characters. They do definitely have different attack animations. And it seems like consistently what's been happening here in these opening sections is these Wolves AIs will move differently playing as Jita, unfortunately. Because usually when you're playing as Gran, you're able to target 2 of them at the same time, but something regarding Jita's knockback is letting us not do that, as you can see here. So this is unfortunately a little bit slow. All right. So here we're going to get another tutorial here. This is going to be our skill tutorial here. We're going to get our first skill, a really good skill on Moon Prince here. It's Reagan Wave. This is a projectile skill. It's also AoE, and that'll always take out all those wolves right there. All right, now we have Lyria here. Since we crash landed in this forest here, we're going to go ahead and try to find our way out of here and meet back up with our other Skyfarer friends. Those were just tutorials letting us know we can use items, and every character in this game has a unique action or mechanic with them. The captain's unique mechanic is that they have an adept arts counter, which you can fill up by doing combos, and that'll greatly increase the damage or effect of your skills you use. Alright, so here this fight can be kind of mean here. We're going to see if we can do it here. These birds here can be real jerks here. I'm going to try to bait them out here and get rid of them first, because they can just dive in and kick on you here. Yeah, like that. They're really annoying to deal with.
I've never seen jerk birds in a video game before.
These guys moved in, such a weird pattern here. They're usually not that spread out. That's okay. Another subtle difference here is you notice how Moon Prince is sheathing her sword. The female character actually sheathes her sword slightly faster than the male character, and that's like a very subtle time save female has over male. Alright, but with that fight here, we're going to destroy this last vine here, and we're going to come up on our technical, real first boss fight here.
I hate to keep everyone waiting. You know how protected they get.
Just past here. We're also going to go ahead and reunite with our party members here.
Is it just me, or...
The game forces us to walk here. We're also going to get introduced into our first instance of HP gating. So the game doesn't like it when you do a lot of damage before our characters are able to finish the dialogue and talk. So it's going to prevent you from doing damage past a certain point. That first HP gate here will be at 90%, which looks like we haven't hit before the dialogue finishes, but at 90%, Catalina and Rackham will join our party. Alright, there she is. The next HP gate is going to be at 80% here. We're going to wait for a line Rackham does here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and set a guard canceling. I'm going to go ahead and start doing combo finishers with Jita here to go ahead and get my adept arts up, because Reagan Wave does a lot of damage here. So I kind of want to aim the Crocodile's aggression towards me, closest to a wall. He's going to overdrive here in second. As you notice, that yellow bar is filled all the way up. That means he'll enter overdrive mode and act really aggressive here. When he does that, he's going to charge across the field, and that can be really annoying if he goes all across the field and I have to chase him down here.
Leave it to me. Say more.
What we just did there was a link attack here. That's another mechanic of this game. Essentially, when you fill up this blue stagger meter, all your party members will join in for a co-op attack, and that'll fill up a link meter. Once that hits 100%, time will slow down, and you'll get a very bunch of bonus effects here. Alright, yeah, this was the move I was talking about. This wastes a lot of time. Look at how far he just goes across the field. That is not good. Alright, So our final HP gate will be at 40% here, where we'll unlock our Skybound arts, and we're going to go ahead and initiate a full burst chain. Oh, please don't do that. We're almost there. So at 40% HP, or when all our party members have Skybound arts, and they initiate it one by one or in succession, a full burst chain pretty much means at the end of all of them doing this, they'll just have like a strong finisher, and it's the best way to deal damage in this game across bosses. You'll do that for almost every boss we come across. And while we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and keep comboing it, because we're not exactly going to kill with this combo finisher. We'll get really close, though, at around 10% HP. Or 13 here. And we're going to have to finish it off. Io might finish it off with the yellow magic social deal. We'll see if he should.
It's running out of juice. A little more and the day's out.
There it is. All right. That was Quackadile. All right. So now that we're done with Quackadile and we've met up with all their teammates, they found us in this forest here. I guess I didn't mention it earlier, but there were some storming winds before we even started the game. That's because the crew was actually entering a new Skydome. They go on various adventures in different Skydomes. It is my understanding that this game kind of takes place after the second Skydome they go into in the mobile gacha game.
Seems like a pleasant place.
That's kind of where this game takes place, if I'm not mistaken, according to a Reddit thread I read. So we're going to go ahead and stop by this town named Volca, this local town in Zanca Grande, because obviously Proto Bahamut kind of wrecked our ship and it's in desperate need of repairs. So we're going to see if anybody can repair it for us. Coming up, actually, is a very notorious soft lock here with Sierra Kart. So I'm going to go ahead and take this very slow here. If we soft lock, it's okay. I have an autosave. So with Sierra Kart here, for whatever reason, she's like a trader you can trade with. That's the only thing we can do with her in the speedrun that's useful. If you go too fast here, the game will actually soft lock. So I'm going to wait a little bit to ensure we don't soft lock here. Okay, we didn't soft lock. Very good. You'll know that if you soft lock, because after you do the trading, Sierra Kart will just stare at you, and you can't move or anything. It's very bad. Here we learned that we can upgrade our weapons. Upgrading our weapons is very good. We'll actually do that quite a bit throughout the run, because it's going to increase our HP and, more importantly, our attack. And some characters are definitely worth upgrading weapons for. So after that, we're going to basically check in with all our party members. We start with Rosetta here because she's just all the way off to the side and not really on a given path like these other crewmates here. I don't know the backstory of all these characters too well. I do know that Rackham here is our helmsman, and I guess he has some, I believe he has some connections to another primal beast known as Tiamat. And Eugen has some powers from Leviathan, I'm pretty sure it. And I believe in his backstory, it also goes into how he has like a pretty bad relationship with his daughter or something like that. That's his backstory, I guess. Io, I don't know much about. Our last teammate we are checking up on is Catalina. And once we talk to Catalina, we're actually going to get introduced to our Masteries skill tree. Masteries pretty much allow us to get various different skills as well as upgrade our stats. By default here on Moon Prince, we're going to get Armor Break, which is a defense debuff skill for Moon Prince here, which is very nice. We're also going to get skills on Eugen and Eugen here, because we're going to put our gun users in our party quite shortly here, as they are very good. Let me please learn that skill here. So after we checked up on all our teammates, we're going to come up here to the church as like a full meeting spot here. And coming up here, we're going to be faced with a original character in the Granblue Fantasy Relink game. This guy, his name is Roland here. He's kind of like the local skilled tradesman of Volca here. He knows how to fix everything. So we're going to see if he can fix our ship, but before we even actually get a chance to talk to him, we're going to get interrupted by one of these villagers from a different island.
We should follow him.
They're going to say some things about some rampaging winds that's causing a bunch of disasters, so we're going to go ahead and investigate it. We have strong suspicion to believe that it's a primal beast, and this isn't the Skyfarer's first rodeo with Primal Beasts. They know how dangerous they are, so we're going to go ahead and tag along with Roland to investigate what's happening on Tenpeel Island. Here we're going to get our party tutorial, basically telling us that we can engage different party members in our party. We're actually going to replace Catalina with Eugen and actually control Eugen here.
See that counter? That's where we can pick up new quests.
And here, this game is going to tell us that, hey, you can do quests and Fate episodes here, which we are actually going to do the Fate episodes, not the quests. If you play this game in post-game, this is primarily where you're going to spend most of your time here doing raids and hunts and all that. That's like where like 90% of your playtime will go to. But here in the speedrun, we're just going to go watch some of these Fate episodes, because you get rewarded for watching all this dialogue. No, not Cheetah. We're going to watch Eugen. You actually get rewarded for watching these Fate episodes, but we're just going to mash through it because we don't really care for it. We get rewarded with attack stat, which we're going to go out of our way to get on Eugen. This is about 20 seconds in total to watch all these episodes to do, and it's well worth it for this next section coming up.
No matter, and while it was, I never, you can't even. It's not by the time I finally came. All I could do.
I believe there's one more we watch. I believe this might be the one where you do
I spent so
no. There's one Fate episode where if you just mash through it, he will literally just say at the start of all of the sentences. It's pretty funny. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and check in with Roland and tell him that we're ready to head off to Tenpeel Island.
The ship...
Nope, we are ready to go.
Yep.
Alright, so also coming upon Tenpeel Island, we're going to realize that some goblins, for whatever reason, have also taken over Tenpeel Island, and we're going to deal with them when we get there.
We've got some time.
We're going to depart. To explain why we're controlling Eugen, Eugen is very good with crowd control and AoE. So essentially what he can do is if you hold square, you can enter sniper mode, and in sniper mode you can manually throw grenades at various enemies, and these are sticky grenades. They will stick to enemies, and when you shoot them, a lot of stuff explodes and does a lot of AoE damage, quite simply put. As you can see in that brief little cutscene here, there was raging winds here.
Follow that. Please help anyone you see.
Before we get to this first hostage rescue here, we're going to get stopped here and told by this villager that this massive green stone here we can pretty much act as full restore points.
We're counting on you.
We will be visiting those throughout the run, as they're pretty convenient. Alright. So here we're going to see Eugen in action for the first time here.
Cut the crap.
Alright, so we can only throw 2 grenades right now at the start here. Eugen does have a skill later that allows him to throw up to 3, but we stopped using Eugen by that point in time. Try to snipe that guy in the back. Oh, these guys are kind of in a bad spot. I don't really like it.
Number of hostages, but it won't stay that way for long.
Throw the grenades. Get rid of that guy, or I can take care of it. I'm actually going to go ahead and quickly go into my settings and touch a few things. Something with my overdrive arts I'll explain later. I'd also go ahead and up my camera sensitivity. You always have to do this at the start of every run, or every run you do, because you can't do it prior in the settings before run. And that is the first goblin set. There's going to be 4 goblin sets in total we have to take care of. This is the first one. Right. We're going to go ahead and rescue these guys. Coming up here is a chest that we're going to collect. It has a mastery point in it we want. So I don't know if I mentioned it with mastery points. Mastery points aren't individual to characters. All your party members share a pool of mastery points, so you have to choose wisely on who you invest into with mastery points. Actually, coming up here, we'll see if we get it here. We can actually get a little bit of a damage boost by one of these goblins that are riding a werewolf here. We'll see if they do it. Hey, he did it. Okay, that wolf can sometimes hit you, and sometimes he'll either duck you back or jump you forward, which is what we wanted. So this first settlement up here, you can either go to the windmill settlement, which we are, or the waterfront settlement. I find more consistency in going up here first and getting rid of these witches up here.
They even burned that big window.
I'm going to try to snipe this guy, even though he's like on the roof up here.
Great. Looks like some of them could use magic.
Looks like he's kind of being a little annoying. We're going to get followed by 3 of these goblin tankers here. I'm going to take care of this guy up here at the start here. Even though he has a shield, he's not really going to be blocking anything against our grenades with Eugen. He's just that good.
You don't fight. These people are just...
Alright. Also, it's no point for us to link attack. We do have a lot of opportunities to do that, but Eugen spamming these grenades is just too good in this area. And that is the second hostage down, or settlement freed.
Skyfarers?
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and rescue them here. And now we're gonna proceed downward to this waterfront settlement. This one I feel like is a little bit more tricky because there's archers here that can actively shoot you, and whenever you get hit while in sniper mode as Eugen, you will exit sniper mode and you'll have to re-enter. So I'm going to try to take care of these archers as soon as possible so they don't do that as much. Oh, see, like he just hit me right there. Go ahead, throw these grenades over here. Try to aim for these archers here. Oh, why is he not dead?
They'll need time to reload. That's when we charge.
Get rid of you. Yeah, some reason that guy is still alive, like 1 HP, that archer in the back. And ooh, that is... Please get away from me. Alright, so this wasn't that great of a fight.
We've made a decent...
Please die. Alright, there we go. So no matter which one you go to first, what's always going to happen here is as we approach and try to rescue these guys, a massive green soldier is going to do appear here. You always have to deal with this guy here. It's actually more convenient to come to the waterfront settlement here second, because this guy spawns in a more favorable area, and I'm getting blocked by that wagon here to deal with this guy. If you go to the windmill settlement first here, this guy kind of spawns in on the roof, and you have to wait for him to come down, which is a little annoying.
It must have a weakness.
Oh, please hit. There we go. Alright. Looking at my SBA gauge, it's not full all the way. That's going to be kind of playing into a little bit of the strats I'm doing for this last final Goblin settlement here. So this next Goblin settlement is a 2-phase fight here. We're going to be fighting a bunch of Goblin Stormers as we usually have been, and then 3 big green Goblins like we just fought before in the second phase. And ideally what happens as we have enough SBA gauge to take care of all of them and initiate a full burst chain, because the full burst chains have a lot of AoE going with them.
I pray we're not too late.
Right. So this is the easy part, the easy phase here. Just do what we have been doing and spamming these grenades like crazy. Or, I'm sorry, like mad.
We're almost there.
And, oh, I'm going to go ahead and hold my SBA really quick. We can manually toggle on and off our SBA, whether our AIs use them or not. We actually want to go ahead and let them use it here. So the thing about SBAs is whenever there's multiple enemies, they kind of act wonky on when they decide to use it. Because not everybody's going to be targeting the same enemy. Like right here, ideally Jita would use it here, but she's not for whatever reason.
What can I say?
It's kind of awkward here. Ideally they would be initiating the chain here. So this fight is kind of looking a little scuffed. Okay. Okay, there Rackham used his. I don't know where he is though. I don't know. Okay, this might work out a little bit. Not really. Yeah, these guys are all over the place. it kind of sucks because you want Eugen to have SBA up here because he will always be able to initiate change the SBA since we're controlling him. He might get SBA up here too. I'm going to try to lure this guy over here. Ooh. And since I initiated the SBA, all my other allies will follow suit, assuming they're within range. I actually have no clue where they are. Wow, that is interesting. This is probably one of the worst Goblin Soldiers fights I've seen, just because my AI is kind of being all over the place. I really, truly don't know how this happened. Okay, actually, they'll be able to 2-burst and they'll be alright. I'm going to go ahead and run over here where we're supposed to talk to the guy.
1, 2, air detonation!
That is the last Goblin settlement and probably the worst Goblin, 4th Goblin fight I've seen in practice.
Just hope the islanders are safe and sound.
Right. So we're gonna head talk to these last hostages. They're gonna let us know that where these goblins are coming from, they actually have a head fortress. So we're gonna go ahead and clear out that head fortress to put a stop to these goblins once and for all.
Y'all think this is the Goblin Fort we're looking for?
Oh, we meet again. Can I offer you a nice knick-knack in these trying...
Sierra Cart's going to let us know that you can go ahead and upgrade weapons and trade with her at these hollowed stones, which are, once again, our restore points. So we're going to come up on our boss of Chapter 2 here, but before we get that, we're going to get our last chest here to get our mastery points. We're going to go ahead and upgrade it. We're going to get a skill called Venom Grenade on Eugen here.
Learn me something good.
And what this is going to do, this is going to poison bosses, poison enemies and bosses for us, and this is going to be really nice coming into this fight here. The way this fight is going to play out, this is the Great Shield Mad Beat fight. This can go really well, but it can also play out really random, just given how this obviously being a Goblin Fortress, a lot of Goblins are going to go ahead and tag in and team in, and they can obnoxiously get in our way. So we're going to go ahead and start throwing these grenades here. We do actually want to watch out for where his shield is. Our grenades aren't really going to do that much damage if we're aiming at his shield. We also got a... see, that's kind of what I'm talking about, where they can just get in your way and be annoying. And also, he can do this and just charge across the field. So we're going to go ahead and charge these shots while we throw it at him. He's going to overdrive here. A thing about overdrive that we have not yet seen before is Bloodthirst. So that Super Saiyan aura you kind of see around this boss now, whenever he has that, it pretty much means the damage we do is really nothing, and they will always follow it up with some pretty powerful move, basically equivalent to a Skybound art. And we can't really do nothing but watch it unfold. We will be able to break this guy though, coming up soon here. I'm also going to go ahead and recast Venom Grenade and poison him. The poison actually eats into his overdrive bar as well, so that's good when it comes to breaking him sooner.
Looks like it's losing steam. We should.
I'm going to go ahead, I think I might go ahead and let out my SBA gauge on him. Sometimes they don't have to be in SBA or overdrive mode to Bloodthirst like you just saw there. Sometimes they just have transformation Bloodthirst moves like he just did there to get his shield back. Link attack here. I think I will go ahead and let my teammates probably use SBA, but I think Rackham missed his SBA whenever he was trying to do it.
keep your distance.
Yeah, this is unfortunate timing. He's gonna Bloodthirst again. Oh, well, no. Actually, Rackham actually got off on him. Nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and look my SBA here. This ideally isn't how you do it. This fight, you probably don't want to do SBA here. You actually want to save this for the next boss fight, but given the random nature of this boss fight, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I think is best here. Oh, I need to go all the way over here. Oh, and he still got off. Bloodthirst.
Alicia's off now.
We'll just wait for this, and we should be easily killing him after this.
Gotta beat him.
Would this be an alright time to cut in with a couple quick donations?
Yeah, go ahead.
We had Murdoch send in $50. Just wanted to tell you both good luck, and we're all counting on you.
Thank you, Murdoch. All right, so now that we got done with the goblin issue that was plaguing Tempeal, now to finally address the rampaging winds that were initially reported to Roland. Roland actually ends up tracking down where it's coming from. It's actually coming from a primal beast called Furricane. So he drops us off at this place, this abandoned mine shaft here where Furricane is. This is actually a rather short dungeon. This is the entirety of Chapter 3. We go through this short dungeon and fight our first primal beast in this game.
This place gets way
We're going to cut through this area here. The game is actually going to force us to walk here for whatever reason after this cutscene. That massive wind bullet you see there, that is Furricane.
Just for a second, I could hear its whispers.
In previous routes here, we would be controlling Gran.
It needs our help.
And that was before we realized how good Eugen was with AoE. We could actually do a little bit of a mini skip here that saves like 5 seconds here. You see that little gap right there? We could cut across it using some tech with Gran. But Eugen can't do that because he has a gun. He doesn't have a sword, so we're going to go the slow way, which is like 5 seconds. Come across these tracks here. We don't actually have to fight any of these goblins here. Make our way to the next bridge.
But there's another lever in here.
Hurry! The altar should be down this path.
It's the home stretch! Go, go, go!
Alright, so we are going to get separated from our party members here temporarily. We don't actually want to jump for it here. It has happened before to me where I did jump between these platforms here. And if you fall between one of these gaps here, you will have to start all the way back over at the start and lose like probably 10 to 20 seconds, I would say. Right. That's that section.
Too many close
Now we're going to run up these stairs, which Furricane is just going to decimate
I think
beneath us.
altars above us.
This is a little weird section with the camera angle, but nothing too terrible.
Poor thing. Stuck in a ceaseless rampage.
Because the camera automatically pans around us. And it'll do it at random speeds.
These mangy things never learn.
It always seems to trip me up whenever I'm coming through this area.
Are they deranged?
Especially this part. This part is the worst in my opinion. But this is a rather short section. And we're done. Oh, I got stuck on that ladder. I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, I feel like
Alright, so now we are heading to the altar where we'll be fighting Furricane. And Furricane is gonna be like the first boss where how we start the boss off and how much damage we do at the start is gonna either save or lose us some time, because bosses will have a sort of like transitionary Skybound art they do, or Bloodthirst move they do, that signifies that, oh hey, you've hit a certain HP threshold. So now we're in like the sort of phase 2 of this fight, which this is indeed a 2-phase fight here. We can just skip a desperation move we don't have to see depending on my damage rolls. So we're gonna go ahead, fight Furricane here. Goal is to get out of his way, enter sniper mode, and just chuck grenades at him. Ideally, we're gonna push him to overdrive mode, and at the same time we push him to overdrive mode, we also stun him with the link gauge. Oh, why are you moving so much, bro? Please stop.
Destroy the island you built. Can't make this pitiful.
Yeah, at the same time he overdrives is the same time we'll be able to link attack him. Unfortunately, we did it before he linked attack, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to get this off. We want to get him to below, I believe, 70% HP to see a move called Freaking Squall. Go ahead. Probably should have cast poison before. Okay, we didn't get it. So this is Savage Cyclone. This desperation move is something we don't need to see here. This pretty much is going to waste about 30 seconds or so, just us running around waiting for him to stop casting these tornadoes. He's eventually going to break immediately after this. And the HP gate is 50%. We're going to hit an HP gate pretty soon here. And we have to wait for a transition to happen. He has a cool transformation about to happen. So he will do the move Shrieking Squall right now. This move we could have initially saw at the first overdrive he did had we hit the HP threshold. That's unfortunate. That's ideally what you want to have happen though.
I think I can help.
So we're going to go ahead and follow Lyria around because she has an idea of what to do. She's going to go ahead and summon Bahamut here
Lord of Light, come forth! Over
to basically tell Fury King to, hey, cut that out, man. And just slaps him down, smacks him down.
Nice, Lyria.
But we still can't fight him yet. We're going to wait for him to go into the Wind Bullet mode again and continue to do it. This time he's going to transform. So whenever bosses transform mid-fight, they will always enter overdrive mode and start off with a Bloodthirst move, meaning we can't really do anything but wait for this Bloodthirst move to end.
Created by Astrals. Their powers are capable of untold destruction. But after the war,
what we actually can do is we can, if Eugen doesn't miss, which he did, we can poison him and the poison will actually eat into his overdrive meter, saving us a little bit of damage to do.
And helped advance great civilizations.
Yeah, he's doing this move here. We'll just dodge it. After this, we should be getting him to around probably 30% HP. And then we'll do a full SBA gauge. SBA chain burst, full chain burst. And that should be the fight.
Something about Furikin's power seems unmatched.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and actually initiate it now.
I'm not sure, but something
He should be solid. I'm maybe pushing it though.
I know!
Oh, this is only 2. I thought I had 100%. That's on me.
Red detonation! Okay, Furikin, if you stop fighting, we will too. We just want to help. Hang in there, guys.
Oh, that was completely on me. This Shrieking Squall could have been completely avoided.
heads up! Don't get caught.
I completely misread that. I thought all my party members had enough SBA. Usually, if all your party members have at least above 70% SBA, and at least 2 of your party members have 100%, you'll usually guaranteed to be able to do a full burst train. So that's completely on me. Well, he'll probably overdrive after this as well. Actually, he didn't even do this Bloodthirst move while in overdrive mode. So some bosses, a lot of bosses actually will just go ahead and do a Bloodthirst move even without overdrive mode if you just deal so much damage to them.
Got a beat on it. Thanks. Now then.
He's gonna overdrive here soon. We should be killing him pretty fast here. Alright, and that is Fury Cane. That typically isn't how it goes, but we got through it. I would say no boss in the speedrun is particularly difficult to beat at all, but you can certainly lose a lot of time if you don't really execute properly. Alright, anyways, upon defeating Fury Cane kind of goes berserk like how Proto Bahamut did at the very start of the run. So we kind of are able to tame him and release him from his state of rage. But upon doing that, we forcibly end up sealing him in Lyria's chain or whatever. And this group of random soldiers and this mysterious swordman embark on us. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit and wait up while he beats up on my crew, because there's nothing really for us to do. But wait, as this is an auto-scroller here, so we're going to just let this guy... Oh, please don't hit me. Let this guy go ahead and beat up on our teammates while we just sit and wait here. This is a Church of Avia here. They embark on us as we got done with Fury Cane and forcibly make us absorb Fury Cane through Lyria. Essentially, Lilith claims that she is the shaman of salvation and that we need her as the vessel to fulfill their plan. They're like a cult that likes to believe in like primal beasts and primal gods and worship them and whatnot.
Playtime's over.
So here we are. This guy's gonna kill each one of our party members one by one and save us for last.
Would you like some donations for the sitting around waiting to die Olympics?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Awesome. Demon RHK set in $10 with no message. But thank you so much for donating to a good cause. Commander 2161 sent in $11 with Viva la Cheese Revolution. Zib sent in a simple $10 with Oh Hi. And Norimaki sent in $50 saying, love some Grand Blue Fantasy. Had to donate during this run to show support for the runner and this fun series. Enjoying my first RPG limit break. Good luck Lightning Leon on the run. Definitely locking in my main Charlotta.
Thank you. All right, so with that, we get defeated by these guys, and they end up taking Lyria away from us and kind of leave our team in shambles because Lyria is our mascot, and it's really bad. Actually, this is a mass loading section here, so we can actually... I did some earlier walking from where we initially started here. I didn't do quite correct because you kind of have to do something weird here where you have to hold upright, then hold up left, and upright again to get to the door. But I did all right enough. All right. But we are not going to give up.
We'll find her. Okay.
Roland, actually, it ends up breaking our sword mid-cutscene. That was the mysterious swordsman, by the way. He ends up breaking our sword. Roland, out of nowhere, kind of gives us a brand new legendary sword called the Sword of Eos, out of nowhere. And this new kind of garment on Moon Prince right now. And we are kind of all resolved up to go ahead and pursue this Church of Avia and get back Lyria.
Rosetta's lost in thought.
So coming up, we are actually going to get introduced to what crewmate cards are. So in this game, there's 12 characters you can unlock in base DLC, or base no DLC. Out the box, you get these crewmate cards. We get 3 of them throughout the story for free. This first one we're going to go ahead and redeem right here, because Hero Card's going to be like, oh, hey, I want to help you guys get back Lyria, so I'm going to let you unlock a very powerful character.
Maybe I can help in my own small way.
And that character we are going to unlock is Vasaraga. He is hands down the best character for the any % pre-patch speedrun, and still the current patch speedrun when it comes to no DLC. This guy has the attack and the movement. He just has everything.
Sorry I'm late.
Previous routes, interestingly, previous routes were kind of all over the place with characters, but it was quickly found out within, I believe, 2 weeks of running this game by a runner named Vivi, who currently holds the world record that, yo, this guy's really good. So good, in fact, that we're going to go ahead and go out of our way to upgrade his weapon and give him as much attack as possible. I always end up forgetting this, but you want to sell your treasures here at the start before doing any sort of menus at the blacksmith.
Let's talk. What should I string? I'll handle it. I'll handle it. How about that?
And we're also going to go ahead and watch Vasaraga's
Forget about upkeep.
Fate episodes as well to get as much attack on him as possible. I'm actually going to... I have to talk to Rackham first here.
They can run, but they can't fly from the Grand Cipher. Not while I'm helmsman.
So yeah, everybody seems pumped up to get Lyria back.
Hello there.
I'm going to go ahead and watch these Fate episodes. I believe it's about 3 or 4 Fate episodes we watch here. And just like with Awaken, I honestly can't really tell you what any of these Fate episodes are about. I didn't really play this game to read all the backstory and lore about these characters, unfortunately. I'm sorry I can't really summarize what Vasaraga's ambitions and motivations are for joining the Skyfarers.
Pretty sure it's to hit stuff with his scythe.
That would be correct, and definitely carry this 90% speedrun.
Turns out that being immune to speak,
Oh, there's Zeta. Zeta might actually appear in this run here. She's a character you guys can donate for as one of our crewmates if you want to see her in the speedrun.
As for what
apparently they have some kind of relationship together here, just by the screenshots.
That was what I couldn't protect anyone.
What are you...
I was part of me even believed I deserved.
I hate...
I could. It took me far.
Did you hear?
My part. It was her word.
Just a bit more mashing.
And that's the way.
I believe there's one more. No, we're all done. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and talk to Roland. Roland actually, somehow conveniently, he is a skilled tradesman, so he knows everything. He actually ends up telling us where he thinks the Church of Avia has taken Lyria next, and it's some place called, I believe I'm going to mispronounce this and butcher this heavily, but it's some place called Legante Island. Someplace in like the icebergs. We're going to go ahead and replace Io out of our party, put Vasaraga, and we're actually going to go ahead and control Vasaraga, as well as get a mastery on his defense kit here. This is going to be the skill Immortal Pain, because this is actually, even though it's on the defense skill tree, it also is a attack buff. It's going to give us 30% attack, which is the Undying effect. But what this skill pretty much does is, for the duration of the buff of Undying, we can't enter critical condition, which is essentially when we get dropped or die. But immediately after this effect wears off, we drop to 1 HP. That is the sort of trade-off. We also get debuff immunity from that skill, which is going to play a very important role coming up on a certain boss fight in the next chapter. But this is chapter 4. So upon pursuing Lagante Island for Church of Ave, we actually get ambushed and intercepted by some of the Church of Ave's forces here. And this is going to be our first showcase of how good Vasaraga is. So Vasaraga's main mechanic is the Melis Unleashed, where essentially as you do charge finishers, you'll increase this Grinoth gauge. And at tier 1, he innately comes with Stout Heart, which is very good because we cannot get interrupted by attacks. But we'll still take damage, but we won't get interrupted when dealing damage, when dealing hits.
No, wait. Listen.
Which is really good. All right. So with this chapter, we're going to be tasked with taking out these ships here.
Why does a church have this much firepower?
These cannons scale off of our attack, so it was well worth it for us to go ahead and upgrade Vasaraga. I want to shoot down the cannon fire, or else it'll take me off here because I actually don't have Stout Heart active. At tier 2 of Stout Heart, it'll give us a defense increase, and at tier 3, most importantly, it'll give us an attack increase, which also stacks with Undying. Alright, so the ship's going to ram us. We're going to go ahead, climb on board, and take out the control unit all the way in the back. That's going to be the main theme of this chapter here, is we're going to be boarding ships, taking out control units until we get to the boss fight here. So we're just going to run here. There is movement tech you can do with Vasaraga here, but I'm not going to do it because it's a little awkward to do it. The movement tech has some auto-honing property on it that makes actually doing convenient movement a little weird. But here's the main attack you would do with Vasaraga here is, I'm using this Great Grinoth scythe that I have attached or assigned to my circle button, but what I'm doing is before it actually goes off, I'm dodging, and that will cancel me from ever using the skill, but allowing me to do the finisher move that comes with the skill innately. This is why we play on pre-patch, is because this skill got patched out in every patch after 1.1, I believe, and this is easily our best form of damage. It also, I believe, scales really well with its attack. I'm not too sure about the specifics of it. In general, a lot of skills for various different characters scale. Weirdly, it's not really consistent across the board. So we're going to go ahead and take out these grapples.
Come on, everyone.
Oh, I'm also going to make sure I hold my SBA for later, whenever we get to the boss fight here. We're just taking out these 2 grapnels here. After these grapnels here, there's also going to be some like mini bomb turrets here, these guys here. We also take them out here. Funny thing about these kind of enemies is when you defeat them, they also drop and turn into bombs you can throw at these other guys, which I did try to do there. I'm also going to throw it here as well. So after this section's a little weird. For whatever reason, it takes a long time for us to progress to the next section, and it's not because we're waiting on dialogue, it's just kind of weird waiting.
We'll lose some visibility in there. Stay on your toes.
Yeah, not much to do. We are going to be fighting possibly 1 or 2 more ships on board, depending on how I play this next section. This section is a little weird. So depending on what your AI do, they can actually help you or not. They can also take control of these cannons here. And if they take out a ship for you, that pretty much guarantees you don't have to do 1 more ship. Ooh, I actually ran out of my ether cannon. That guy is being annoying and attacking me. I'm gonna go ahead. He's in my way. My Stout Heart's gonna run out and he's gonna get a hit on me. Yeah. This guy is really annoying. Leave me alone. Alright, so we destroyed 1 ship. We're boarding. If we're fast enough, we can go ahead and destroy the second ship. And if we do this correctly, we'll actually save some time, because I believe we'll only have to board one ship.
Direct hit. Brilliant shooting.
And it took out the one behind it, too. That's what we call a jumper.
Alright, we might be getting it. Alright, cool. We should be only boarding one ship, and then immediately go into the boss. Doing this correctly probably saves a minute over having to board two ships, so very cool I got to execute that. Now it's just waiting for this ship. It looks like the ship will board us and ram into us. Any day now, man.
Danger at 10 o'clock. Brace! Brace!
And if it's the ship, I think we can actually get some loot on here. We're going to get a pretty good weapon for Rackham we can equip the next chapter.
Son of a... Ether cannons down!
Heads up, you guys! We're being boarded!
Alright, we're going to come up here.
That ship's going to drag us down with it if we can't pull away somehow. Any good ideas?
Alright, it is the ship, I think. After the ship, we'll probably be sliding down as we exit here.
Can you handle it?
It's as good as done. Besides,
So for this, we probably have to do 2 charged hits, since we didn't cast the Undying buff. It's not active on cooldown yet. Oh my. We're going to try this again. Just finish it off with uncharged hits here. Alright, and immediately after this, we're going to rush over here and pick up this gold chest, and that's going to have the wheel-lock axe that we can equip on Rackham next chapter. Alright, so we slide down here, and we're going to immediately be prompted into a cutscene skip, I believe. And this is going to initiate the boss of this chapter.
Thrilling.
So the boss of this chapter is going to be Galanza. He's one of the generals of the Church of Avia we're going to fight. The first one we're going to fight, actually. And you can skip a optional DM, but it's really hard to do so. We need to get him to 60% HP before or during his overdrive, before he does Bloodthirst, but it's really hard to get. So I'm not going to exactly bank on doing it.
Because I live to just fight against the strong.
I'm going to go ahead and cast some Dying here. I'm also going to cast slow on him to see if I can get this working. May work. Alright, I'm going to have to rush these uncharged hits here.
Come if you
It
dare.
seems we've yet to see.
Oh, you barely got it. You're very close to it. So this is Martial Spear. This is the Bloodthirst move you could skip had we done enough damage, which we got close. It's a very tough HP threshold to reach. So we're going to wait for him to do all this. After he's done with this, he's going to do, I believe it's called, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Storming Wolf is the move called. And then that, yeah, this initiates the quote-unquote second phase of the fight.
Your spear.
Alright, so we're going to wait for him to just do this nonsense. And then break him and probably get him to around 30% HP or 25% HP before we initiate a full burst chain. He actually does quite a bit of damage to our party members here. Oh, we can actually go ahead and... If we were fast enough, we could have gone ahead and threw the spear right back at him. Not too good to do, we didn't though. Should be breaking him right here. Alright, cool. Hopefully we can go ahead and get him to 30% soon, and then I'll go ahead and initiate the SBA. And I also want to make sure I kill on this third SBA chain, or when I initiate this full burst chain at 30% HP, or else he will immediately Bloodthirst again, because he's also one of those bosses where he doesn't have to be in overdrive mode to do his Bloodthirst move.
You will know pain. I hear ya.
Alright. Yeah, we definitely have this in the bag. Also, I don't believe I have mentioned it, but you always want your AI to start off doing SBA chains, because you'll get this little blue loop you see around us right now after he does this move here. This gives us enough window to do extra DPS, and this is actually going to be pretty vital in hitting some one cycles on certain bosses later on. But yeah, that is Galanza, and that is the boss in Chapter 4. So now that he's down, we're going to finally make our way to Lagante Island like originally intended. When we touch down on Lagante Island, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of upgrading for Vasaraga because he's just that good. Get some stuff on his skill tree, or some more stat buffs on his skill tree, as well as upgrade, or not upgrade, but equip that wheel-lock axe we got on that one ship for Rackham. And be set for Chapter 5. And while I'm doing this, I guess I'll go ahead and touch upon how I got into speedrunning this game, or my initial route with this. So I was a Siegfried main, and the reason I bring that up is Siegfried was actually pretty good for this area. He's an Earth Elemental, and all the enemies in this area are weak to Earth, so I thought he was pretty good. It's just Siegfried doesn't nearly do as much damage, or has the movement that Vasaraga does. That's actually the same story for a lot of characters. Only very few actually come close to Vasaraga in that terms. Here is actually where we'll be able to showcase just how fast he is. Oh, I don't think I have to sell here. That's cool. We're going to go ahead and uncount the weapon here, and then max out as much as we can. 42 is usually the number I see here. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead, go to gear. I'll go to Rackham, give him the wheel-lock axe, then go into my masteries and get as much attack as further down as the skill tree as I possibly can to increase his stats.
Okay.
Okay. I can unlock that. So the movement tech with Vasaraga is to do a light attack and then spam triangle. That is the fastest movement in the speedrun. It saves a lot of time throughout the course of the run. No character really even comes close. I think close seconds are Toyin, the DLC character, and Charlotta. But Vasaraga still is just so much superior when it comes to this movement tech here. So get ready to hear a lot of hurrah, hurrah throughout the run. I'm not actually going to do the movement tech here. I'm going to actually run past these Frosty Bones here, because if enemies are in my line of sight, Vasaraga has like a honing ability, or will tend to auto-target enemies, like right here, like that, and that can be a little annoying to deal with. So sometimes I will situationally run over by enemies to avoid that happening. Coming up, we're going to actually encounter the second general, but we're actually not going to fight her. She's just going to do everything just to delay us. She's going to blow up this bridge we were crossing, and we're going to fight this mini-boss, Narzarbanju, which looks like a Chaos Eye. This guy can be a little annoying. He'll move around the field a lot, like what you just saw there. But he is really not much of a threat. He only literally exists just to waste our time, really. Oh, please stop jumping up and let me hit you. Okay, actually, whenever he's down like that, I'm going to go ahead and cast slow here. Put on my attack debuff, and I'm going to go ahead and go in. Let's see how much damage we can do here. No matter what, we're always probably going to have to see one overdrive and a Bloodthirst move here. His Bloodthirst move is pretty obnoxious. He's going to summon this massive ice pillar and pretty much do nothing to us. This is going to be really silly. He's just going to spin in circles, spinning this freezing ray in circles. And we just have to wait, because we can't do nothing while they're in the Super Saiyan aura. I think I forgot to mention, but while they're also in this Bloodthirst state, we also can't initiate SBA chains on them. So we're just stuck doing this, really. Just playing the waiting game. Right, now we're going to go in. This should break them. Or at least one of my party members, I think, will break them. Yeah. Okay.
At this point, I want to encourage Twitch chat to send in as many donations as you can containing icons.
Hands on a swivel, people! Oh yeah! It's over!
Alright. Narzarbanju, not really a threat. Like I said, he just serves to waste our time.
Shame we couldn't see eye to eye. Oh well.
It's a funny pun, Rackham. Alright, we're gonna go ahead, do some more lunge movement. Lunge moving through this area is a little awkward, given how many icicles are in our way. Makes navigating through it a little weird.
Must have caught on to Lyria's value.
We're gonna get through it. Oh.
Keep your eyes open.
Monsters could be hiding beneath the snow.
Got eyes on him.
Yeah, it's a lot of ice here. But we're gonna get back on the beaten path we were already on before that general blew up our bridge. Coming up here. Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and walk up here. Alright. So here we're gonna get stopped by a door. We don't exactly know how to get past it, or we don't have really anything in the arsenal to stop it here. And since we killed that giant Chaos Eye looking guy, I believe its children are gonna come after us and try to seek revenge here.
Did they follow us here?
So this is, I would say this is kind of a mix of an auto-scroller, or really we have to kill a certain amount of these guys for the story to progress here. So I'm going to go ahead and just Great Grin off side cancel here and do a bunch of uncharged finisher hits here.
There's still more to come.
Yeah.
And eventually we're going to see a sequence where some ice magic will appear. We're eventually going to get overrun by all these guys. Yeah, so when we get overwhelmed here, we're going to get rescued by a mysterious lady of these lands. Quite soon here. Oop. All right, there it goes. So we're going to get rescued in the cutscene by a lady named Historia. She's actually an acquaintance of Roland, surprisingly and conveniently enough. And she's going to go ahead and realize that we're having troubles with this door here and offer to help us out. And the way she's going to do that is by casting a little magic incantation. And we're going to have to do 3 of those throughout this chapter here. Well, this being the first one, which it doesn't really count, I would say.
Oh, primeval god,
yeah, get used to looking at this.
Bestow thy grace and guide us past the door of seclusion.
Whoa, what amazing mana reserves.
I'm no stranger.
So once we get past this door, we're actually gonna, since we're so fast, we're actually gonna get to the next area before Historia is able to catch up with us. Yeah, it takes a long time to cast these incantations.
It is done.
Alright, yeah, we were just kind of dusting her, leaving her in the dust. Kind of no point to go this fast, but it just looks cool.
Allow me.
Actually, I do want to go back here, because sometimes what can happen, she can get stuck on something, and you would never know. Okay, she didn't get stuck. It's good. Yeah, look at how fast we go. So this incantation is going to be a little different. We're going to be playing a little bit of tower defense, you could say. She's going to be incanting, and we're going to go ahead and destroy some of these frosty bones that spawn. Nothing too difficult.
Found the welcome squad.
So none of these frosty bones are really any threat to worry about. There is one particular enemy that I'll point out whenever they find and spawn that can actually interrupt Historia. So if Historia gets hit by any of these guys, she will stop progressing in her incantation. And I believe also start decreasing progress, I believe. So we want to absolutely make sure that doesn't happen here. And we also don't want Rackham popping off SBAs like that. That's me being negligent and forgetting I had SBAs on for my party members, because the SBAs pause the timer, so you wouldn't be making any progress if you let off an SBA. And there's really no reason to let off any SBAs, since we do fine damage enough. So I don't believe I've ever touched on it, but the primary reason why I guess I would assume a lot of players don't play with assist mode, there's a thing called assist mode where if you turn it on, it'll let you play, I want to get rid of that. This is the character or the enemy we want to get rid of ASAP. The reason most people don't play as with assist mode on is because it's like not fun. It's still like a category or like a variable filter on the SRC leaderboards, but nobody really plays with it on, even though it'd be optimal. pretty much perfect dodges everything for you and execute combos for you. I need you to come down here. Yeah, these negative elementals are pretty dangerous. They pose probably the greatest threat to actually stopping Historia from progressing or incanting, because they can summon 3 projectiles, and if you don't get to it, she just gets hit with them. Now I say that, but I did let a Frosty Bone get through and attack Historia. Unfortunately, that's shame on me. Oh no, she did this large ice beam. Okay, we're almost coming up on the end. This is believe it or not, this is actually the longer of the 2 Historia sections here. The next section is actually going to be a lot faster.
The Reaper awaits. Death awaits. It's over.
So take care of this guy. Please stop moving. Alright. We should be done here quite soon. So nearing the end, I don't know why they do this. They only do this for dramatic effect, really, but it's going to look like a bunch of Frosty ones are going to summon around Historia, but they don't really deal anything meaningful. Oh, those crystals were deadly. I don't think they got hit or anything, which is good. Yeah, so those Frosty Bones, they all surround and overwhelm Historia, but that's merely for dramatic effect, because she'll like have this little ending animation.
Nice work. Let's move.
Apologies for my earlier instability. Your skill is unquestionable.
So like I said, that was the slower of the 2. Coming up here, we're coming to a much larger arena and getting into like the final area of the dungeon here. So this next incantation is going to be a whole literal boss that we can fight. You can ignore it in this incantation, but we are going to be well incentivized to go ahead and destroy it solo by Vasaraga. Because where this boss is going to spawn, it's going to spawn all the way at the end of the bridge. And for whatever reason, our AI doesn't want to follow us all the way that far. And the reason we want to get rid of this boss ASAP is because as soon as the very moment we get rid of him, our Historia's incantation bar is going to double in speed. So this is the boss. We're going to go ahead and rush up to it. Our party members are not going to follow us for whatever reason, and we just have to do it solo dolo. So I'm going to go ahead, cast Undying here. Go ahead, do as much charge finisher hits I can do as possible.
It's over. You will know.
The reason Immortal Pain is so good, or the debuff resist comes into play here, is because of a. I'm actually gonna go ahead. Ooh, that was a bad time. What I tried to do there was, as he was overdriving there, I tried to do my SBR to interrupt him from bloodthirsting there to get a little bit of extra damage out, but I was unsuccessful. I'm gonna try to break him though here, slow him down a little bit, and maybe I can overdrive him again, or SBA him again. This will break him. That's good. I would not be surprised. Typically what happens when he gets back up is he's going to move to like a completely different area. But I'm going to try to overdrive and see if I can prevent him from doing that. And since my AI seemed to cooperate with me and appear to be near where I am, hopefully they SBA chain him. Or not. I was too hopeful there.
You will know.
Your optimism will be your undoing.
So yeah, he's going to move again. I'm sorry?
I just said your optimism will be your undoing.
Surely that seems to be the trend for this run.
The Reaper awaits.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get this charged hit before he overdrives. And kill him before he overdrives. Ooh. Had a death there. Please get it off. Alright. Cool. Alright, so now you're gonna see the Historia's incantation bar is going to double in speed. And now all we have to do is make sure none of these Frosty Bones touch hers, which is pretty easy. Oh, as long as I remember to have my party members not do SBAs. I keep forgetting that. That'll be surely be the undoing of me. Okay. You will not touch Astoria.
Circle is on the verge of completion. It is time.
Ever tasted lead?
All right. And once again, these Frosty Bones here kind of just pop in for dramatic effect. All right. So now we are at the final part of this chapter here. We're going to fight a boss coming up here.
To stop now.
There is a weapon you can get here. I forget for which character. I believe it's Catalina in one of these ice tombs. Fortunately, it's not Huygen or Jita. Alright. So she's going to do one last incanting of the door, and we're free to rescue Lyria here. Alright. So just like in Chapter 3, we're going to go ahead and have a fake fight with this mysterious swordman, who we're going to learn is Id. He is the son of Lilith, who is the leader of the Church of Avia. We haven't seen her fight yet. We've seen her in the cutscene, but not yet in the speedrun. So he's like the big bad third general. We haven't really directly seen the second general either, which is Magiel. We'll see her in the next chapter though. But we realize that Lyria isn't being very responsive to us. She's actually has some sort of choker on her, which is a mind sealer, so she pretty much cannot respond to anything we do. So we're not going to be able to get through to her, and that's going to be a huge problem. Actually, funny thing, I believe I mentioned last time, with these Id fights, in NG Plus and DLC, you can actually kill this guy and not have to witness any of this dialogue here. We can't do it in no DLC because as strong as Vasaraga is, no DLC we just don't have the power.
Why would a man of his
unfortunately.
philosophy obey the church? He may be son.
Also, we're gonna probably be waiting for some kind of line here. Time's up. It's gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna say time's up, and we'll eventually move on to the actual boss fight. They're gonna end up leaving, successfully leaving with Lyria once again, and we're gonna be fighting another primal beast coming up shortly. This time, it isn't gonna actually kill our party members, so I guess that's a bonus. We get to keep our party members alive.
Time's up.
Yep, there we go. Alright. So now we are fighting Manic Armor, the second primal beast here. Manic Armor is interesting because much like Fury Cane, he does have a phase transition. And, ooh, I didn't have Stout Card open. He does have a phase transition, but we can actually somewhat ignore it, and he's too far away for me to hit him. Oh, yeah. During his first overdrive, if we deal enough damage to break him before he does it, he will just stay like this the whole entire fight in his first transformation, or pre-transformation form. So I'm going to go ahead and push him to overdrive here. I'm going to go ahead, cast Undying, my attack buff. I'm going to want to slow him down here, ideally, and deal as much damage as I can to prevent him from doing the move. Break him before he does a certain move. If he could just stop moving from me, please. Alright, we are getting close. Alright, yeah, we got it.
Let's get him.
Alright, so we're going to push him past below 50% and he'll automatically do his Bloodthirst move. Which is called, is it called Nox Arterna? Oh no, Death's Threshold. So this move, we kind of just have to watch it through. Interestingly, we are going to see his phase 2 transformation had he gotten it off before we broken him. Just so you know what it would look like. Pretty much he gains a whole bunch of armor, reducing the amount of damage we're able to deal with him. So the fact that we were able to prevent him from entering that phase during his overdrive means we'll have a much easier time dealing damage throughout the run, or throughout the rest of this second phase. The remaining 50% HP on him. We're going to hide behind these icicles to prevent getting glaciated.
You saved my bacon.
So he is in his transformed armor phase, but after this he's going to turn back to normal. Yep, like that. And I'm going to turn on my SBA for allies. Whenever they get that activated, that'd be nice. Then we can go ahead and finish this fight up. Oh, you're moving around quite a bit. I don't like it.
Come if you dare. You will know pain. Just my luck.
Last hurdle before the finish line, huh?
Actually, all of my party members are really low in SBA. They usually aren't this low. Eugen is pretty good. The gun users are pretty good in general about getting SBA up, but yeah, they're rather low, so we're going to be playing a little bit of cat and mouse. While Valsorok is pretty good at dealing damage, the caveat is, you know, not having a boss that moves around the arena like this.
Follow me.
I can go ahead and slow him down here.
Oh, primeval dog, I beg your forgiveness.
It's probably going to overdrive again, which is probably going to be bad because it'll probably do another Bloodthirst move here. Oh, Eugen got his SB up. That's pretty nice. So that means Rackham and Gran will be able to do, or I mean Moon Prince will be able to do their SBAs. So yeah, this fight is pretty much over now. Good Mana Gomer fight. Main thing you want is to prevent him from doing that transformation in the first overdrive he does, so that we can do all this damage to him here at the start.
Bring it! Breaking pulverization!
Alright. That was Mana Gomer. And with that, we let Roland know what happened, that Lyria has some apparent mind sealer on her, and she's not being responsive to what we have to say to her when we're trying to rescue her. Roland finds this interesting, and once again, he obviously has a solution for us. He has some contacts in a place called Seed Hollow, which we are going to visit now to possibly seek for some information on how we can possibly break this mind sealer from Lyria. So that is where we are heading to now. And this is the start of Chapter 6. Start of Chapter 6 is a little, kind of a lot of downtime in this area here. We're not really doing a lot. We're mainly doing a lot of side questing here, I would say, or not really side questing, but fetch quest for the guy we want to talk to for this info on how to get the Mind Sealer, just because he's not going to be in town when we arrive there, so we're going to go ahead and handle some grunt work for his grunts, pretty much. His lackeys.
By heading to the main square. There should be
So fun fact, this is weirdly coincidental for the speedrun, but it was timed somewhere that Valsorok actually is like a second faster in these walking sections in the towns due to, like, I think something to do with geometry or something. I just think that's just so hilarious, giving him even more brownie points for the primary best candidate in the speedrun. Alright, so coming down this alley, we're gonna go ahead and jump down here, get into a cutscene. These Zapta guys are gonna let us know that Zapta, the guy we want the information from, isn't actually in town yet, so we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, take care of these quests here for his underlings, as the game says in the top right corner. And weirdly enough, we're gonna be digging up intel on something that is dangerous, but in actuality, when we discover what it is, it's actually this whole time we've been trying to find out where a cat is that's been described as some dangerous being. So we're gonna go over here, talk to this lady, and then we can talk to 3 different other people. They all kind of talk in very nebulous ways describing this dangerous thing, but we find it in an ally, and it's just a cat, which is pretty funny. I'm also going to go ahead and talk to this guy. This is a guy that we can talk to get free 30 MSP points because we got items from the previous chapter. We can already turn into them conveniently. Talk to her, and we're going to talk to one last guy all the way over here.
This is making my beard bristle.
And then after talking to this guy, we go down this alleyway here.
These are eyes to the blue.
And then we're going to report all this back to Zapta's underlings. And then we given more work to do. This time, the work we're given is going to be a little bit more interesting. We're going to be eavesdropping on some of the soldiers here in Seed Hollow Castle.
I believe being a good information broker means
Getting a little dirt onto the inner workings of what's going on in the castle here. So, I believe this is one of the bigger differences between English and Japanese, depending on which language you play on. You'll have to
now that story I'd
approach the order in which you do these differently. I don't know like the exact specifics, but if you're playing on Japanese, some of the voice lines are longer in here, and that can slow you down a little bit because you would have to wait for the dialogue before getting to these next ones here. So upon talking to these guys, we're going to find out that Church of Avia has for some reason, possibly foreshadowing, they have been infiltrating the Seed Hollow Castle and been making the ranks in Seed Hollow's army. I'm sorry.
Who are you people?
Go ahead and eavesdrop on these guys. And also, Seed Hollow itself has been mobilizing soldiers outside of the Seed Hollow Castle, leaving the castle's infantry in a very vulnerable position. Like I said, that's definitely going to foreshadow some events happening in the coming chapters. But with that, we're going to finally report this back to Zapda's underling. And we're going to go ahead and talk to Zapda, because now he's in town. And actually coming up, if I could go ahead and get confirmation on who our second and third crewmates will be, that'd be lovely.
Okay, we are ready to close that up. Let me hit refresh one more time. Looks like our second crewmate is going to be Charlotta with $75, and our third is going to be Vasaraga's BFF, Zeta.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. So, interesting thing about Charlotta is Charlotta was definitely considered to be one of the primary speedrunning mains in this game in the very, very early stages of speedrunning, like the first month. She does have some decent movement going for her.
I think you painted a different picture
and obviously, whenever you play as a Charlotta main, you're probably going to be, I forget what her stance is called, I'm sorry, but I believe it's Valiant stance and just slashing, going, doing a flurry rush with a sword. That's the primary playstyle with her. But the problem is, with her, she kind of serves as like the opposite of what Vasaraga is, and with Valiant stance, I believe your attack scales all the way up to 120%, depending on how long you've gone unhit, and that's super inconvenient and unrealistic to have happen in a speedrun, so we don't do it. Or that kind of makes her lose points to Vasaraga, hands down. Once again, her movement isn't that terrible, but here she is. She's cool, I like her. Alright, with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and put her in my party. Right now, we're going to take out Rackham. And then I'm also going to go ahead and upgrade some, get this damnation skill on Vasaraga. I'm going to go ahead and explain this a little bit later what it does, when we have a more practical use case for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've talked to Zapda, the head Zapda guy here, and he does actually indeed have information on how to free Lyria from this supposed Mind Sealer. However, he's going to make a little stipulation on it. We help him out, he helps us out. We're going to be embarking to an island called Delia Island that has the supposed item we need to free Lyria. It is known as a Catalyst Stone. So he's going to send us out on this, I wouldn't call it a dummy mission, but it kind of is a dummy mission on this island to get this treasure for him and us.
Oh, before you ask, this ride's free. Make it worth my while, Skyfarers.
So when we land here, there's going to be a lot of just desert all around us. And this is also another one of those areas where Vasaraga just hands down saves so much time on movement alone. Like I said, there were definitely contenders for Vasaraga. Like, genuinely, Charlotta does have like a pretty cool movement where you can toss her sword up in the air and swing across. But yeah, it doesn't even really hold a candle to Vasaraga here. Also, in that cutscene I just skipped there's a little bit of lore about Id's character and who he is, his backstory. You see like a fire. Id's backstory is that apparently Lilith found him and took him in. If I remember correctly. This is when she tried to summon some random dragon and implanted it into Id.
to the ruins.
All right, so we're gonna come through this area here.
Maybe around.
We're gonna be forced to walk here.
Cool. A little
Yeah, the game
shady.
kind of stops us here and makes us walk here because we're gonna forcibly fall down here, down this desert slide.
If I wanted to go surfing, I'd have flown to a goose state.
There's no way to stop sliding. Just try to maintain your balance.
I see you found the golden carpet the desert rolled out.
There's nothing really much for us to do here, but just slide. There's no way to save time here. It's just a
What would I
straight crapshoot to the bottom.
You'll be fine.
Well, if you'd like me to fill the time a little bit, I'd be more than happy.
Oh yeah, go ahead, take it away.
Awesome. We got $50 from friend Doggy, who says, hello, Zathian. Hi, Doggy. We also got $25 from Devona Pet Food High. Says, go Aries! Lightning Leon strikes again. Great job and lots of love from South Carolina, North Carolina, and Houston.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You folks got guts. That shortcut's known for being, lethal.
Don't screw with us. The floor gave out and
All right, so we're gonna come up here on our first little theme of this area here. So with this Catalyst stone treasure chest here, you have to activate it with these keys. This one is a little boring in the fact that there's nothing really going on here. We have the time to pretty much just sit on it here. But the next upcoming 3 keys we have to go to, there's going to be bosses that we have to kind of juggle while maintaining on this key here. And 2 of those bosses are not going to be a problem at all, because we do have Vasaraga here. Vasaraga is obviously the solution to dealing with those bosses on the keys, because he has Stout Heart. Alright, so there's these little green air portals we can go through. Pretty cool.
Perhaps this mechanism.
I believe it was timed out, and Vasaraga's lunges are about even with going through those green portals, which you will see me do coming up. But yeah, we basically get to the center here where the Catalyst Stone treasure chest is, and we find out that we have to go ahead and go to these other different keys, like I just said, and activate them, which is what we're going to go ahead and do here.
and they're scattered throughout this whole desert.
Cool thing about this rock golem here,
Or this Skydam's version of one.
I don't know why, but he activates like midway between us activating the key, so it's kind of a joke for us to fight him. Our AI will go ahead and try to fight him, but since we have Stout Heart with Vasaraga, and what Stout Heart can do again is it ignores us taking any sort of reaction or being interrupted while standing still while we have this buff active. So we pretty much can't get knocked off. He's going to try really hard to push us off, but while we have Stout Heart active, he pretty much can't. There's some windows where he could potentially knock us off if he catches us just as Stout Heart runs out and before we're able to reapply it. That's the only way, but for the most part we're going to be fine. We don't have to kill these guys at all. We can completely ignore them.
Come if you dare.
Look at Charlotta go.
Try and stop me. Watch my back.
That's the first key down, and now we're going to go ahead and make our way to the second key. Please get out of my way. We're going to enter the second green portal here. Catch a little air drift.
Final powers sprinkled in with the sands and
Residue from the Dolly catastrophe. Leveled the island one night 15 years ago.
I'm going to go ahead and do these lunges to the second area here. This second boss is going to be a complete reskin of the skeleton boss we fought in Chapter 5. And our AI is kind of a little too strong, or has the potential to definitely push into overdrive. And if that happens, this guy's Bloodthirst move is kind of annoying and can forcibly knock us off this platform, even with Stout Heart. So we will see if that happens.
Come if you dare. Try and stop. I won't let you down. Come if you dare.
Also, I don't believe I mentioned this, but with crewmate cards, it's always worth it to go ahead and swap out party members or base party members like Eugen and Rackham with the crewmate card party members we get, because the way the game scales their stats up, they'll always have like 25% of their max skill tree when you unlock them, so they'll always be substantially stronger than the current characters we have.
How about no? Come if you dare.
Oh, that overdrive got me. So interestingly, overdrive has knockback, and in pre-patch we do get knocked back by it, even though we have Stoutheart on. That got patched out in the current patch, funnily enough, so you don't take blow away damage or knockback from overdrive even with Stoutheart. Alright, so now we're moving on to our last and final key to activate before we can get that Catalyst Stone. So unlike the first two keys, or rather I should say the second and third key, where we didn't fight the bosses, we're actually going to want to go way out of our way to attack these bosses, or fight this boss in particular, this Griffin here.
I'll tell you what it is. Trouble. Ranged attacks are our best bet against that flying beast.
It's here. Weapons out.
Alright, and this one admittedly is a little challenging to try to balance standing on the key while going ahead and killing it. Sometimes so much so it's kind of worth it just to kill it first and then go off on the key.
The light is fading away.
We're gonna see. Yeah, I think I'll just go out of my way to kill it here. Oh, with Bloodthirst, that's annoying. Yeah, I just have to wait during this. So this guy has a really annoying Bloodthirst move called Whirlwind. It's gonna automatically try to draw us off the platform here. He killed me. Yeah, that is not good. I don't think I've talked about what Damnation is. So Damnation is a skill that takes away some of our health but grants us the jammed status effect. And what the jammed status effect is it can increase our attack stat up to 80% depending on how low our HP is. So it's a really good skill and it synergizes really well with it taking away our HP.
The Reaper awaits. Here's a little payback. Great.
It's gonna overdrive again, and it's probably going to do Whirlwind again. Yeah. This is kind of a bad fight.
Come if you dare.
We're gonna try to survive. This Whirlwind does a lot of damage.
That wasn't fun. Try and stop me. Come if you dare.
I'm gonna spam Stoutheart here to make sure I don't die.
Come if you dare. Try and stop me. Come if you dare. One fell swoop. I won't waste you. You reap what you sow. It's over.
Alright, cool. The reason we kill it is because it drops 5 Griffin Feathers, which we need to craft a new weapon for Basaraga.
Time to activate the key.
Good.
And this weapon is going to be well worth it for us to craft, because we're going to get even more attack out of it. Alright, so that's the final key activated. We're going to go ahead. Before we proceed with activating this next chest here, we're actually going to go ahead and make our way to the Hollow Ground to craft that Cosmic Scythe. I'm going to cut our way through here. To this Hollow Ground. I'm gonna remember to sell first before I do anything to make sure I have money to upgrade this weapon here. Blacksmith. Let's make sure I sell my stuff first. Good. Good job, Leon. You remember to do that. Upgrade weapons. Or no. Forge weapons. Cosmic Scythe. Forge here. We're gonna equip it and also level it up. Alright. Level 50, that's good. Sometimes what can happen is I won't have enough money to get it to level 50. It's not too big of a deal though. Just means we have as much attack as possible. We're finally going to get this Catalyst Stone to free Lyria. Or at least we think. So what's going to happen here is we're actually going to get ambushed by Magiel and her Swordvale Fellowship enemies here. And they are the guys that kind of blew up the bridge on us back in Chapter 5. So now we're going to go ahead and deal with them. This is kind of like a warm-up fight before we fight Magiel here. And it's can be kind of annoying given they have these magic swords that act as guards for them and will take 0 damage upon them.
Where are they coming from?
Let me hit you. And we have to do 2 waves of these before we actually fight Magiel. Unfortunately. Yeah, they're just everywhere here. Alright, so they're gonna have a little chat here, and then we're gonna have to deal with the second wave of these Swordvale Fellowship enemies.
Don't underestimate them.
Right.
It's not over until I say it is.
I love how Vasaraga just said it's over as soon as Magiel just said it's not over till I say it's over.
It's over.
Alright. Best way to deal with these guys is really just to go ahead and deal uncharged hits with the Great Grin offside. That's really the answer to every fight. Alright, so this should be the last one, and we're going to come up on the Magiel fight here. This Magiel fight, we definitely want to get right with one-cycling her here. So at the start here, we're going to try to get her HP probably to around about 85-ish% here. We're going to do some charge hits to break her shield she has. Get her to 80%. That should have her overdriving here quite soon. Going to go ahead, charge up. Cast Damnation, go ahead. Wait for my AI to do their SBAs. I do have them triggered to do it. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can just see straight up how much damage we're doing. Not only do we have Damnation activated, but also Undying stacked. We're also hitting Elemental Weakness, which is a 20% increase in damage. So we are just absolutely destroying Magiel here. Fight's like not even 30 seconds.
Failure will not be tolerated, as the primeval god is my witness.
Alright. And this is Magiel. She's done just like that.
Nice one cycle.
Alright. You definitely really want to make sure you get that one cycle there, or you will lose a lot of time if Magiel unfortunately gets back up, because she will immediately Bloodthirst, and her Bloodthirst move is very, very long and annoying. Alright, so what is this massive robot doing now? Where did he come from? So, after we defeated Magiel, Magiel threw one of her magic swords at the treasure chest, and this thing just grew from it. Funny. So now we are tasked with taking down this Excavating guy here. The way we do that, this is a 3-phase fight here. This first phase, we're going to take him from 100% HP to 75% HP. We have to pretty much take out these reactors here. I'm going to try to do something where I take out this other reactor and let my AI deal with that reactor right there. So I'm going to do a charged hit on this reactor right here, while my AI presumably handle that other one there. And this will automatically bring him to 75%. So we don't really do anything more. As soon as Excavating lands here, what he should be doing is overdriving immediately, and he's going to do a little Bloodthirst move where he charges up a Desert Flare. And we just have to wait on this until we can move on to the second phase.
The missiles are raining back down! We'll be moved and keep them out!
Uh-oh! I think we made it mad!
So while we're waiting, I'd just like to go ahead and get as far away as possible. It's nowhere. It could be nowhere near hitting us, but I just like to see how far I can go while we wait for the second phase to start. They gave you a pretty generous amount of time to get away from that massive nuke.
This is the worst day ever!
We have work to do, Gridolf.
Alright, so we should be progressing to the second phase here in a little bit. I don't know why it is it takes a long time, or there's this period of waiting between this phase and the second phase. Alright, here it is. So the second phase is, I would say, kind of identical to this first phase, except this time we can use these cannons to take down 2 reactors on his body. So we'll hit this coax reactor right here. Handle that. Oh, I didn't quite finish it off. I'll charge this up and get back to that. Oh, okay. Maxed out on the reactor. Okay, that's destroyed, and that's destroyed. Alright, so that brings him from 75% to 50% HP. Now Excavalion is down on his hands now, and now we can actually scale Excavalion here to get to the core reactor and take down Excavalion. So we're going to go ahead and scale him up here, climb him up. We don't want to go too slow because he will start sending missiles. And if we get hit by it, that pretty much means we were going too slow. Oh, we can't lunge past that, I forgot.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Lunge here.
It's time to find out, ugly.
Hey, Sunspot, since we're kind of a deadlock right now, I have visual confirmation. You're almost to the top.
So we're going to come up to this reactor here, but we don't actually get to fight him yet. We're going to have a little weird mini sequence where he reactivates, we're sliding down his arm, we're going to link attack him, and then fight the reactor for real this time. Alright, now I can fight the reactor for real this time. Alright, so starting out, the reactor is going to put up this force field with these cylinders here. We're going to go ahead and take care of them out. Our AI is going to get that one. I'm also going to go ahead and let the damnation animation play out here. I've been kind of dodge canceling out of it, if you haven't noticed. I'm going to get it to 35% here, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a fully charged hit, and this should one cycle this whole spinal cord. Oh, maybe not.
Don't let your guard down.
Okay, there we go. That was a little scary. I guess I didn't have damnation up that time I did it. But anyways, all that matters is that we one cycled the reactor there, because you could see it was about to resummon its little shield up again with the yellow aura coming around it. But that would be very bad, because it's also going to enter overdrive mode again, and we're going to have to sit through a Bloodthirst move as well as knock down the 3 cylinders we just did previously. And it would just be like over a minute time loss. So good thing we didn't do that. Alright, so indeed, after defeating Excavalion, we did actually end up getting the Catalyst Stone, which we need to use to free Lyria from her Mind Sealer. I guess the question is now, where is Lyria? Well, that's where Roland comes in, always with the answers. He lets us know that, for whatever reason, the Church of Avia has taken Lyria to some kind of volcano for a primal beast. So here we are now. This is, hands down, going to be the worst chapter, or it's commonly agreed upon to be the worst chapter among all Grand Blue Fantasy Relink runners here, just because this boss is terrible. This chapter is pretty much a whole boss sequence, as we will come to find out coming up here.
What do you think's inside?
Coming up here, we're gonna find Id alone by himself fighting this primal beast Vulcan Bola, and somehow, some way, even though he was protecting Lyria, Vulcan Bola was able to, I don't know, either swallow Lyria or somehow get Lyria stuck in his forehead. So now both us and Id are trying to give chase to this primal beast to free Lyria out of this guy's forehead.
all I know is he's the reason Lyria's here in the first place.
So we're going to do a little bit of racing off against Id. We're actually going to be smoking on him for a little bit, but he's going to be a little bit of a cheater because he has a jump move he can do, and he can jump a very big distance. But it looks like we're actually faster than him. Usually he would be jumping here by now. I'm actually going to be carefully running through these platforms. If you fall during any of these platforms, you'll actually get set all the way back to the start, unfortunately. Alright, here's this little first pre-fight. This isn't the actual boss fight, this is a pre-fight section here. So, when fighting Vulcan Bola, we want to aim for its hands. That's primarily where we'll do all our damage here. But unfortunately, he can be a little annoying, or he likes to move a lot with his hands. So sometimes we won't always get the opportunity to deal enough damage to it. Oh, I'm misjudging where he's about to land with these hands. I'm missing my opportunities. That's on me.
This has nothing to do with you. You little punk. If anything happens to her, it's over.
There's an HP gate at 90%. So we're going to try to hit it here. We should be hitting it soon. Alright, there it is. Now we're going to go ahead and give chase again.
Hey, where does that worm think it's going?
We're so close! Come on, we have to chase it again!
Volcano isn't gonna blow.
Once again, we're racing with it, but he's going to be a little cheater. Now this section is actually quite funny. Since there's such a distance between us and the next time we fight Vulcan Bola here, we're actually going to get there so fast that our party member has to stop and we have to wait for our party members to catch up with us. It's going to be quite silly.
It's our only chance.
Or maybe not. That kind of slowed us down a bit, taking a death there. Usually you don't get hit there if you're fast enough.
He cut the wave in half.
I don't know whether to be grateful or
we're coming up on the second section here.
I guess.
And I'm going to see how far along my party members are while I get here.
Why is he going that far?
Just this next platform. I will pan the camera back and see how far my party members are behind me while we're just waiting here.
My thoughts exactly. Can't let him do that.
Yeah, they are like...
Why are you here?
I don't even see them right now. Oh, there goes one of them. Yeah, that's how far back they are from us. We need them to get here in order for them to like start talking and we can progress the fight.
It's over. Got time for a donation while we wait?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. A guy you know named Earl sent in $100 asking, is this the latest World of Warcraft expansion? How I mine for fish. JK, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Earl.
You're dead.
Right. They should be, Oh, are they stuck? That is, Okay, never mind. We're fine. Alright, so this link charge move. This is probably the biggest annoyance with this fight here. When we actually get to the real fight after this, whenever he does link charge, that pretty much replaces us filling up this blue stun gauge you'll see with this action here. We'll actually learn here in the dialogue, they're discussing that whenever he does this link charge, we can actually go ahead and create an opening for Vern to use the Catalyst Stone. And the Catalyst Stone still reacts to Lyria, and it'll break, one by one, break the crystal within Vulcan Bola's head. So we're gonna wait for them to finish talking. We can't really build up the stun gauge yet until they're done talking. Alright, that's the cue here. Now we have the blue gauge open.
Wait for us to attack all at once. We'll pass the torch.
I'm always ready.
Right, we're gonna try to get this blue gauge up. There it is, that's our opening. Alright, now we're gonna progress to the real fight here coming up.
I'm scared because it knows the catalyst worked. Our next encounter will be its last.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna restore all my HP. Oh, I didn't know you could open that chest while also tagging that hollowed stone there. I did that to go ahead and get another revive up. Alright, now we are entering the real fight.
Do you realize how
Alright.
preposterous that sounds?
So the reason why this fight is so terrible is the arena we are fighting in gives a lot of room for Vulcan Bullet to just go anywhere he wants, as well as there's a lot of HP gates here. At the start here, there's a 70% HP gate, then a 40% HP gate, and then an HP gate at 1% here. So we're actually going to end up hitting this 1%, the 70% HP gate here at the start here. It is going to, we made a temporary truce with id here. Ooh, let me go ahead and hold my SBA. I did it too late, just until they did it. That doesn't really do nothing for us. But yeah, id is going to make a truce with us temporarily. He's going to learn a little bit about us and our cause. And we're kind of beginning to plant the seeds of, hey, you don't have to work with your mom and, you know, try to destroy the world. Yeah, we're going to wait for him to link charge again after this 70% mark. He's probably going to do Odium here, which is a move he does where he'll throw lava on 3/4 of the floor. You may not see it. Oh yeah, now we're going to see it. So yeah, this is Odium. He's going to throw lava on 4 of these floors, 3 of these floors. And we just have to walk away. And then he's going to pop up here in the center. After he's popped up here in the center, he's going to also just charge across the whole field. So during that time, there's not really a good time to attack him. Well, we might be able to get this link charge off. A little too slow right there. Maybe you can get one off here. Okay, there we go. That's the first link charge. Now we're going to take him from 70 to 40% HP, and during this, we have the potential to see Auxilum, his second desperation move. We are guaranteed to see it before we would see this next link charge.
Now to inflict pain.
Its power is magnifying!
But this way, it'll engulf the whole island in flames. We need to extinguish this fire.
We're going to try to aim for the hands to hopefully knock him down.
Together and we'll make it through.
Have a taste.
He might move after this. Oh, surprisingly he didn't. Okay, I think we managed to. I'm going to try to break his other arm, and this will maybe put him down. It did. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to try to bring him down to 40% HP on this one hand here. Another charge hit should do it, unless he gets up from this. Might also break from this. Yeah, he's probably going to break here. This wouldn't be too big a deal. This happening. He's already at 40%. So when he gets up, he'll probably be at link charging, or either doing Auxilum here. Auxilum is a move where he's going to summon some massive fireball in the middle that'll kill us if we don't take down 3 of his parts here. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Alright, so after this, it'll be our second link charge gate to progress the fight. And then from there, we can actually just go ahead and straight up take him from 40 to 1% with our Skybound arts. So all of our party members are going to go to various different body parts. I guess I'll go ahead and take this body part out.
The Reaper awaits.
The charge hit.
Where are we gonna see him?
Take this one out. Our AI might be able to take out another body part, but I'm going to go ahead and rush to this one here. I have faith that my other party members got that other one. Oh no, not really, because Boygan was at here, so Gran is the only one right there, and Gran doesn't really do that great damage. I mean, Moon Prince. Okay, that's actually pretty surprising. Oh, I didn't think Vulcan Bullet would overdrive here. Right, maybe we can get this charge hit off. I feel like he's going to Odium here, unfortunately. Yeah, that's super unfortunate. That's some of the annoyance with this boss fight is a lot of overdrive management, depending on how much damage you do to him at certain parts. Put overdrive at bad parts when you need him to link charge and cost you to see these desperation moves. We pretty much can't do anything while he's doing this, and we just have to get him to Link charge. Oh, and all my party members are dying.
Come on, all good.
Alright, we might be able to get this up. He's gonna move.
Into my way.
Oh, buddy. Where are you going? I'm gonna try to slow here. Please let me hit you. Should get it here. There we go. Alright, so now that we finally did that, we should be able to go ahead and full SBA, full burst chain him here. I'm gonna go ahead and let them fire it off while I prepare. There goes Charlotta.
Our captain here shares a life link with Lyria. Their fates are connected.
We need to take him to 1% HP so he can do another link charge.
Having second thoughts?
We're gonna do this one last charge. We might have to SBA with
We've overcome so much.
no, we should be alright.
Chamber will not be R2. It's coming out of its days, but I'm certain we're wearing it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and SBA with Lasaraga here. This will bring him to 1% HP.
Feeling conflicted?
And break him.
Seems you're actually soft under that
He's broken. Gonna go ahead and charge this up here, and he'll be at 1% and should link charge immediately. And as soon as he link charges, we don't actually have to charge up the gauge. We can just go ahead and kill him.
Let's keep it up.
So, here we go. The moment of truth. Finish it, Vern.
Leave it to me.
We're almost ready, Vern. Don't miss this chance.
Alright, that is Vulcan Bola. By hands down, probably the worst fight in this game, in the speedrun, just because of how much red taping and unpredictability comes with them moving around the arena itself. Alright, so now here we see the leader of the Church of Avia finally in the speedrun. We've seen her before in a cutscene. Just as we thought we were about to save Lyria because we were finally able to break her out of the crystal as well as break her Mind Sealer, Lilith comes here to ruin our day and take Lyria back from us. This is another one of those auto-scroller sections here, unfortunately, where we're not just doing anything but just waiting for her to actually kill us. So she's going to go ahead and explain what her motivations are for why she's collecting all these primal beasts here. She's actually on a goal to get all these primal beasts because she needs them as energy to resurrect a primeval god called Angra-Mainyu. And with Angra-Mainyu, what she plans to do is she plans to use Angra-Mainyu's power to transport to her world, the astral world, or Estalucia, I forget which one it is. I believe it's back to her world, because she is an astral, which is like a very powerful being that once enslaved all of these Sky Dwellers. So that's kind of her motive here. Alright, here she's gonna go ahead and end it with like some gigantic dark meteor knocks Octra here. So this is going to hit us and it's going to deal a very dramatic 9999 damage to us. Oh no, we died. And in this cutscene, she's also going to put us in her astral magic chains and prevent us from pursuing her. But Roland, you know, is going to come to our rescue because he's also going to end up revealing to us that he is himself too an astral, and the reason why he's been so keen and a step ahead of us when it comes to finding out where Church of Avia is because he has history with Lilith here. That's why he's been so keen on helping us stop Lilith, or stop the Church of Avia. So find out that Angra-Mainyu is actually in Seed Hollow Castle. We're going to go ahead and make our way all the way to Seed Hollow Castle to try to prevent Lyria or Lilith from resurrecting her. We're gonna get intercepted here a little bit.
It might be a coincidence.
by these Church of Avia soldiers, but they're no big deal.
For the nefarious scheme!
Unfortunate timing on our part.
Okay.
It just occurred to me. There's only one
There might be one more wave after this, but this pretty much is going to mark the end of chapter 8 here.
Let us discuss particulars after we have saved our house.
These dudes don't know when to give up.
It seems conviction is a strong motivator.
Well, when you got an ass on you,
Pretty much just want to go ahead and unload with the uncharged Great Grinnoff Scythe skills. This should be the last one. Okay. After this, we're going to go ahead and land in Seed Hollow Castle.
Finally. That was the
And
last of
get
them.
ready to storm the Seed Hollow Castle. Or rather, Church of Avia has already kind of infiltrated Seed Hollow Castle, so we're going to go ahead and rush to the basement where Angramanyu is,
Really hitting the fan now, huh?
while defeating some Church of Avia soldiers along the way.
So,
But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and let Zaptha know what the situation is. As well as we're going to go ahead and get our last crewmate card from Sierra Cart and put Zeta in our party. Alright, so this is chapter 8. That was chapter 7.
Seed Hollow is burned.
Gonna skip this cutscene.
Is this even the same city?
No time
So like I
to
said,
discuss casualties, I'm
we're going to let
afraid.
Zaptha know what the situation is and how dire it is.
Avia is
You
focused
kind of already seen this
entirely on
coming
occupying
from
Seed
the
Hollow
eavesdropping we did
Castle.
back in chapter 6.
Fear
That was to foreshadow this all transpiring here. And here we're finally going to get Zeta. So Zeta is actually a pretty good optimal choice to pick in an any percent playthrough, just solely because of one of her skills being, I believe it's called Wing Clipper. This move can give us, it's a party-wide buff of 25% attack to all our party members, so it's really, really good.
I'm your girl.
The optimal party choice, I don't know if War Record has this combo, but a lot of other runners tend to have pick their crewmates as Cagliostro and we're going to get rid of Eugen, unfortunately. He's served his purpose. Cagliostro and Zeta seem to be the common two crewmate characters picked. That's because Zeta, it's kind of obvious she has, not only is she just a solid DPS all around, but she also has the attack buff party-wide, which is very helpful in hitting some cycles, some boss cycles. And Cagliostro also has a lot going for her, although you do have to invest a little bit into her. She has a skill called Phasmagoria, which increases attack, crit rate, and I believe defense as well, so that all stacking, that's pretty good for Vasaraga. Alright, anyways, we're going through the Seed Hollow Castle now. I'm going to make sure I hold my SBA here at the start. I'm going to go ahead and take care of these guys here. So I don't think I've mentioned this, but Roland is now an AI party member. He's really good because sometimes he will bind these enemies and put them in their place and hold them still for Vasaraga to charge up his hit. So he synergizes really well with Vasaraga.
600 years after I first formed Avia, Lilith and I were working on our experiment, studying the effects of sky-dweller emotions, such as faith.
This is actually a two-phase fight here. We're actually fast enough to where we're letting Roland go ahead and finish his dialogue, talking about his history with Lilith and their ambitions or whatever. And now we have the second phase here. So go ahead, clear them out.
Stopping Lilith comes first.
Wait, Roland. Weren't you the one who sealed Angramanyu?
Indeed. 500 years ago.
I do actually want to go ahead and participate in link attacks here. That is going to be nice if I can get it. Which I should be getting it up by a mini boss we're going to fight. There's about 3 bosses we fight in total this
Might not be a
chapter.
conventional plan, but effective nonetheless.
How dare you fabricate these lies?
Alright. That's the end of this little scuffle here.
Finally broke through them. Onward and downward.
These soldiers are not to blame for Lilith's machinations.
Gotta go this way.
They're the ones paying the ultimate price.
Alright, so as strong as Vasaraga is, we still need Roland to go ahead and move all this rubble for us to proceed. So we'll go ahead and let him do that. We're gonna make our way through the castle here. I'm actually gonna walk around here a little bit, because there's like hidden slime-like enemies all around this place here. And if you go near one of them, Vasaraga's AI is gonna automatically hone in on them, and that's a little annoying.
We can take refuge in the cellars below. There's no way to fuse a lot of leeches down there.
I just hope they stop firing completely.
All right, like right here, there's like a hidden slime right there. I'm gonna go ahead and walk by.
Half a miracle to bring down that carrier. So do we run or?
So here we're having our second room of obvious soldiers here.
I was
gonna go ahead.
It wouldn't come to this, but you give me no choice.
Ooh, I got dropped there. That was bad. Go ahead and clear out all these guys here.
To be kidding me! Do you know what Lilith is planning to do?
Nice bind by Roland. It's RNG whether or not he does that, or he does it rather infrequently. Or rather, you can't really rely on him to do it.
Swallow this whole Skyrim to see her selfish ambitions fulfilled. You included, just as she did.
Go ahead and cast Damnation here. And just try to clear out these guys. There are archers that spawn up there. They'll eventually come down these stairs to us as we clear out all these guys on the remaining floor, the first floor. Alright, so now we have 100% link attack. We're going to go ahead and save that for the mini-boss coming up.
Brainwashing till after the fighting, shall we?
You promised these Sky Dwellers salvation, ushering them toward
Go ahead, get rid of this guy. Alright, cleared them out like that. There's going to be one more room with like a group of 5 of these Avia soldiers, and then we'll get on to the mini-boss of this area as we proceed to get to the basement. I'm going to cast a Damnation here.
A lot easier if those damn sword nail mages were at
I got dropped.
Why haven't they come yet?
Please get up.
Macleod pulled them back. Said they were worn out from Dolly.
Ha! They a bunch of babies. The law would never let us have nap time.
Really do fix everything.
Comes with the territory.
Alright, that should be that. Alright, we're gonna come through here, try to get to this other room. But we're gonna be intercepted by this guy, Tyatur. This is the mini-boss of this area here. We're gonna go ahead and try to do as much damage as possible to him. We don't want to use our SBA arts on him at all. We want to save that for a boss right after this, actually. So we're gonna just go ahead and deal as much damage organically as we can without doing SBA arts. I don't want to link attack there exactly. I probably should have though. I'll save it for later.
Just like you blow anything else up. So maybe we could try to salvage it?
Try to charge attack him here. He's going to probably overdrive right now. And usually we are going to always, no matter what, probably have to see this turbo boost bloodthirst move. So we'll let him get this off, and we'll probably clean him up upon breaking him.
Tons of energy while boosting. It shouldn't last much longer.
If only we
Got time for a donation while he dances around?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jason LaRose sent in $100 with some special instructions saying, you mine for fish by equipping fish pickaxe and right-clicking on lake. Be careful not to left-click, or you attack lake, and lake might fight back.
Everyone, be on guard.
Oh, I got dropped again.
Like the wind.
Actually, fun fact, I don't know if many players might not know this, but if you actually go ahead and mash buttons while you're dropped, you can actually speed the rate at which you get back up. I'm going to go ahead and try to go for the link attack here. Alright, here is link attack here. So during link attack, time slows down and we get all these bonus effects such as attack rate up, crit hit rate up, and school cooldown down.
Should result in
What do you mean?
I'm gonna slow you down actually, because you might overdrive again, and that'd be unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna be unfortunate. Oh, that was a very clutch bind by Roland here. That saved me from him overdriving and potentially going ahead and doing another bloodthirst. That was incredibly lucky.
Yeah, we beat the screws out of that robo.
well done. And what
Alright, but that is not the last we were seeing of Taiyo Tour. We are actually going to
Hear that humming?
pilot this Taiyo Tour
we're out of the woods
because
yet.
a whole entire ship from Church of Avia is going to encroach in on us, and also other Taiyo Tour are going to fight us. So we're going to go ahead, take out these Taiyo Tour here. I'm going to be spamming R2, R1, X, and triangle to take these guys out. And then, just like how we had to take these ships out in Chapter 4, we will have to take out 4 of these here by just spamming R2, triangle, and R1.
We're done for if we don't take him out! More cannon fire! Hold steady, Taiyo Tower! I don't know, they stopped firing.
These guys, this is the fastest way to do it.
Lasso velocity? Yes! I think I can hit it.
So just 2 more waves and we are good to go. This is a little funny, I guess, mini game section they add for whatever reason.
2 against 1.
Here.
Perhaps you should call it a third?
Mind if I cut in during the Armored Core section?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pin Quotriate has sent in $80 with no comment. Thank you. Jaxnos has also sent in a very generous $250 to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Kessenchu has also sent in $25 saying, the event has just begun and is awesome already. Happy to donate to such a worthy cause. Good luck to all runners. Cheers from Brazil. Less than 3.
This is the last wave of Taiyo Tour, and this last wave, last reactor we have to fight here or destroy. And that is that little mini Armored Core section. Alright, and with that, coming off of that, we are going to enter possibly what has to be the most volatile boss fight, I would say, in the speedrun. So we're going to be fighting Magiel and Galanza at the same time. And this can either go spectacular or be a nightmare. I'm also going to go ahead and restore my HP up here. So I think I mentioned earlier in the speedrun, all the way back when we were fighting those goblin soldiers, that sometimes when letting your AI initiate SBA chains, they won't do it when there's multiple enemies because they won't always target whoever you're targeting, unfortunately. So we're going to try to see if that happens here. I might have to manually do it myself. I'm going to go ahead. That was a nice bind. I'm going to go ahead and see if they do it here. It'd be nice if they get it off. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and initiate it immediately. I'm not going to take any chances. And as long as we get Magiel out of here at the start, that's always great. Generally, when one of them goes below 50% HP, what you will see happen is they will do a little combo move together, and that is absurdly long. Yeah, this is going to pretty much one-shot her. And she's done just like that. Now we can focus on Galanza. Galanza probably will get this off. Oh, wait. This might be actually really good here. Oh, this might be really good here. I'm gonna slow him here. Wow, that was really good. That is probably the fastest I've ever seen that fight go. That is like ideally what you want to have happen. So yeah, I'm very glad that happened here. What can also happen is they just immediately bloodthirst, and you're just waiting back-to-back bloodthirst and losing a lot of time.
Masters of their respective arts. Why do they follow Lilith?
Alright, so now that we've gotten through those 2 generals, there's only one last general to fight before we get to Lilith. Oh, this area. Go ahead and just say it right now. This area is kind of dumb right here. We go around in a circle here, only for Roland to be like, oh, there's actually stairs, when he could have just done that at the start. I'll always be a little aggravated at this part. But yeah, anyways, so there's one last general to fight. That is, of course, being Id. And no, this time it is not going to be an auto-scroller. We're actually going to be fighting him for real. And depending on how this fight goes, ironically, the last time we fight him is the real fight is going to be the fastest time we fight him, because we don't have to wait through dialogue. So we'll see how this goes out.
One shot at victory. I will strike the moment she calls for honor.
So when it gets its fuel, blast the engine? Yep, that'll do it.
So we're gonna enter. You're also gonna notice that this is a real boss fight, because it is gonna have his boss fight theme called Vow and Promise. It's gonna sound like something straight out of the Trails in the Sky series. Probably my favorite boss fight theme in the game. Alright, so we want to immediately get him to 50% HP, so he can do a transformation here. He'll immediately blow through, so we get this, as long as he doesn't move. Alright, there it is. So immediately we're into phase 2 already. Right within the first 10 seconds, he's going to do this little transformation. And like I said, with transformations, whenever they do that, they're always going to enter overdrive mode. So upon him regaining control of himself, he's going to do a little Bloodthirst move where he does a little zigzag across the field. He'll always end up in the same area, and once he drops down in that same area, we'll go ahead and finish him off. There's this little dragon transformation. It actually looks really cool. Yeah, this music is very good. So we kind of generally want to wait around this area here. Yeah, he's just doing whatever. So here I'm going to go ahead and charge up Immortal. I'm also going to go ahead and charge up Damnation, because he's going to fall in the same exact area. I'm going to hopefully slow him here. And I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I cast it slow when he was still not bloodthirsted, so he's going to do it again. That was poor timing on me.
What a terrifying torrent of mana. He filled this entire room in an instant.
I don't know when this is going to end, though.
Oh, he can't just dash around all day, can he? We have to find his weak spot.
I'm almost there.
I'm going to try to break this.
Flame that corrupts and sets.
Please break.
How is that possible? Can we extinguish it?
I'm gonna hopefully this breaks him. Okay, cool. We should be able to kill him here. Alright, so this is slightly longer than the other times he fought him, but oh, he did it again. Yeah, this is way lower, way slower than the first two fights. But that's because so it's kind of weird. I've noticed usually when you have a bad Magiel and Galanza fight, you'll usually come out on that fight with a lot more SBA or full SBA and link attack, so you could use that to your advantage in this fight. Sense of how absurdly good that Magiel fight is we had here. We're kind of losing time to this mid fight here. That's just how it goes sometimes. Oh, and he overdrived again. Please don't do what I think you're gonna do. Oh, I don't think that's anything too bad to worry about. I've actually never seen this before. Oh my god.
His attacks activate the fear fire.
Oh lord. What happened? We were doing so good. Yeah, this is a horrendous hit. This is just the game equalizing it for the fabulous Magiel and Galanza fight I had. Wow. This guy is usually a joke, but he is giving me quite a hard time. Right.
We'll have a chance to strike as soon as he stops charging.
You're dead!
Okay. There we go, there's Id. He's usually not that difficult, I swear. He usually goes down pretty quick in all my fights, but not this one. Alright, so before we go on to actually fighting Lilith, we're actually going to go ahead and get a skill on Moon Prince. We're actually going to go ahead and solo control her in this upcoming section, so we're going to get this really good skill on her. We also got a sigil called Combo Finisher, and that's going to just increase the damage Vasaraga already does with the Great Granoff Scythe Cancel. And we're going to enter this fight with Lilith. So, much to our dismay, what ends up happening is Lilith was successful in summoning Angra Mainyu. We do have Lilith with us, I mean Lyria with us. So, as you can see, Angra Mainyu's kind of cheating. She's invisible, we can't really do much to her. You guys should already know the rodeo by this point, but this is also another auto-scroller here, and this is one of the more longer parts too, unfortunately. So what's going to happen is our party members are going to go ahead and one by one get eaten by Angra Mainyu, only being left with Moon Prince and Lyria left. Unfortunately, this is another one of those just lose the fight here. So interestingly, we tried to find ways to possibly save time on this, since the game does forcibly take out your party members one by one, as you'll see here whenever Angra Mainyu starts to do it. We try to see if maybe entering this fight solo as Gran would affect anything like that. And it turns out this game hard programs to put all your party members back in the party, so it wants to make you suffer and see all your party members just disappear away from you.
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
As well, also, if you are playing as Gran for whatever reason, this sequence is also a bit longer, because not only do you see all your party members go away, you also end up seeing Verm and Lyria go away from you, so it's a little longer by like 20 seconds, I believe. So we always want to just play as anybody but Gran during this part to save more time.
What did you do?
I guess we can just strike a victory pose while we wait for our inevitable death. Oh, and not get hit by that spray right there.
You are not worth the air you breathe.
Oh, Zeta just said a curse word, not me.
She's banned from the stream.
This crew is under my protection. Your comeuppance will be harsh.
What's interesting is you can actually damage this guy, but it doesn't really matter.
This is rough. How do we stop her?
You still think you can stop me? What a quaint thought.
Alright, so Vasaraga is going to be the last one. Or, actually, I believe Verm is actually going to get taken away.
Join your lost friends on the other side.
Then we are. Where's... Yeah, oh, there he is. So, Verm, I believe, is going to get taken away. Then we're going to get taken away. And that's going to end this little sequence here.
What a grating little worm!
We're gonna make you pay! There's no way you'll get away with this!
Oh no.
Now,
What are we gonna
dear
do?
Captain, you deserve to be rewarded above all others for bringing the shaman to my doorstep. Bear witness as your entire world crumbles. Should I see you in the next life?
Here, Vasaraga is finally getting taken away, and that's the end of the sequence here.
It will be too
So, in the coming up cutscene, we're also gonna, Lyria's also gonna get taken away here, and that's just gonna leave Moon Prince all alone by herself. But thankfully, Roland kind of accounted for this in some weird shape or form. So back in Chapter 4, when we got the Sword of Eos, it starts magically glowing from out of nowhere, and that's supposed to symbolize our, magic, cool shonen power. Despite all odds, friendship still wins.
Shining blade, the sword.
So this little sequence here, we're fighting as solo as Moon Prince here. I'm gonna charge up my blade here because we're gonna do a lot of hits with this. A blue light is gonna appear, and we want to deal as much damage and hits to this blue light in order for Angra Mainyu to appear. At least that's the conclusion we come to that triggers this to... oh, that's annoying. That's the conclusion we came to that triggers this from breaking. Whenever it wants to appear. There it is. I'm gonna go ahead and do all these attacks, and eventually it'll break. Right, and that summons Angra Mainyu for us, giving us an opening to attack her. So I don't believe it actually matters how much damage you do here. This fight will always end after we do this 3 times. So we do this 2 more times and the fight will just automatically end. Usually we get our HP down to like 40 to 50% HP, around there. But all this attacking is kind of meaningless. Oh, I'm gonna get closer here. So where is it at? What's annoying is sometimes Angermanu would do like attacks that get in the way of you charging up your blade here. Something I haven't mentioned about Jita is her combo finisher has a little bit of delay on it compared to Gran. That's like a subtle difference. It doesn't overall matter, but a fun fact just to point it out. As well as some of the animation she does with certain skills is different. I don't believe Decimate is one of those. I know Overdrive Surge is one of those though. Alright, so here we are going to do our last hit here. Last time we're breaking this blue light. Oop. Do a bunch of guard canceling here until this breaks. And after this sequence will automatically end. And in the cutscene here, we're actually going to end up getting swallowed by Angermanu, but upon getting swallowed, we're actually able to touch Lyria and summon Proto Bahamut. You can't skip this cutscene. So I'm going to start mashing square and triangle here, because we are now controlling Proto Bahamut and facing off against Angermanu herself here. Now, this actually isn't a boss fight where we want to kill Angermanu here. I actually want you guys to pay attention to my SVA gauge in the top left corner below my HP bar. We need to get that to 100% as the conditions to win that fight. So it's just us beating up on Angermanu as much as possible and try to get out the way of this and just continue dealing as much damage as possible. We usually hit 100% around 30 to 40 HP threshold. Just gonna create the shield. We're just gonna regulate straight through it.
Okay, eyes open.
And keep fighting her. And try to dodge this. And keep attacking. We're almost at 100%. Alright. We're gonna do the Skybound art. So now we're gonna have a little cool QTE part here, and I'm gonna show my controller for a second. We're gonna wanna, the game wants us to mash the QTE, but I only really have to hit the square button once and it'll automatically progress, which is kind of funny. So we're gonna have a little Kamehameha standoff here. I just hit it once and it'll automatically progress. It's kind of silly. So it looks like we're losing, but eventually it's going to go ahead and there we go. Alright. So that is Angermanu. But wait, it's not over yet. So upon defeating Angermanu and presumably Lilith, she actually survived that. And as you can see here, is taking Roland as hostage. She's now using Roland as the vessel to go back to her world. And with that, she takes Roland off to some resurrected island called Pillar of Yayoi. So now we're going to go ahead and plan to rescue Roland as well as stop Lilith once again, once and for all. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and talk to Zappa and let him know what's going on. So Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is not the final chapter of the speedrun. That would be the final chapter, obviously. But in terms of like meaningful impact on the run, Chapter 9 is kind of the last chapter that really matters, so to speak.
Told us we should get out of Sega Grande, but
so we're going to go ahead and let Zappa know we're headed to Pillar of Yayoi to go ahead and finish off Lilith here. This Pillar of Yayoi is pretty much going to consist of a boss rush. We're going to refight all the previous primal beasts we fought before, being Theory Kane, Menegarmer, and Vulcan Bola this time, and then get to Angermanu. So we're going to go ahead and depart here and arrive at the Pillar of Yue. And the gimmick of this area is, since we know that Angermanu has a little bit of dimension warping, we're going to get introduced to a way to solve that here coming up as we progress here. Rather, these many waves of enemies we have to fight in between bosses is going to introduce us to the main gimmick of Angermanu.
What hole did this weirdo crawl out?
Alright, so we see this Watcher here. It's turning invisible just like Angermanu was, but there's these keepers here that we can actually defeat, and that'll open up dimension warps we can utilize to reveal the Watcher.
We did go through that rift, right? It looks like we're still in the same place, but
so there it is, completely tangible. We're gonna go ahead and charge up a Great Scythe to kill it.
Is it just me, or
and
does it
proceed.
appear solid now?
I bet it's because we went through that funky portal. I knew it was a good idea.
One-shot it. That's actually kind of surprising. I didn't expect to one-shot it there.
Well, now that those spooky portal monsters are gone, what say we get a move on?
I don't know why my camera's panning backwards.
Must have something
So we have
to do
a
with
second
Angermanu's
rift to Watcher to kill before we get to our first rematch with
But at
Furry
least
King
we have
here.
a strategy now.
These ominous forms are also going to join us, but we can largely ignore them. We're only waiting for the Keeper to spawn. There it is.
You will know pain.
Would you like a quick donation while you slap that wall to death?
Yeah, go for it.
Friend VGM sends in 50 bucks. Says it cannot be stated enough how difficult and stress-inducing these late-game fights are. Very clean Chapter 8. Huge props to Leon. Good luck with the rest of the run. And I can't agree more. Huge props to that clean Chapter 8.
Yo, shoutouts to VGM. VGM is one of the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink runners in the Discord. He's actually heavily contributed to a lot of the strats and findings, and if it wasn't for him breaking down these fights, I really couldn't be here doing this run for y'all. So I'd like to just shout out VGM. I'm gonna go ahead and sell all my stuff here first.
He's been in chat dropping all sorts of lore for us.
Yeah, shout out to him. So I'm gonna upgrade our weapon one last time here. Alright. And that's going to be the last time we upgrade our weapon from the attack, and this is going to be the last time we upgrade stuff on Vasaraga's tree here. Go ahead, upgrade that. We got a new skill. Get this attack, and we want to get this attack as well as this crit rate. And that'll be the last for us upgrading stuff here. So here we are entering Vasaraga, or not Vasaraga, we are playing as Vasaraga. We're entering Fairy Cane rematch. And this should be playing out quite exactly the same as first time we fought Fairy Cane, except we should have a lot more success with breaking this dude.
This aberration gives me the creeps.
Oh, please stop moving.
Let's make quick work of it.
It's your voice.
I'm gonna try to damnation him again. Alright, so if we could potentially break him before he gets... Oh, we were too slow there, unfortunately. There was a window for us to possibly break him before he does this Arrow Gale move. But we didn't hit it, unfortunately. Not the biggest deal in the world.
Winds of vitality, bless us with life.
Lyria's going to try to do the same thing she did the first time in Summon Bahamut, or this time actually Fury Cane to stop him, but Fury Cane's going to get slashed in half. And it is actually going to come to our rescue here. And he's going to join our cause to stop his mother, Lilith.
Don't panic. I'm almost there.
Oh, great! A magical girl transformation!
Oh no, we actually got the second transformation. No, I think I did things right.
We can't afford any slip-up.
Disregard what I was talking about the first half.
I won't let you in.
So like again, we're just going to wait for this Bloodthirst move to happen, and then we're going to go in.
Now the party begins. Well, milady, shall we dance? Battle waits.
I'm gonna go ahead, cast some Dying and start to cast Jam. Gonna go ahead, cast Slow along with this, and I'm gonna go ahead, go in with these Great Grimnoff Scythes, and hopefully this kills them.
The Reaper awaits. Last push. I show no mercy.
He might Bloodthirst again. Oh, we might be able to kill him through this air drill. Probably not. That's okay. We'll just watch him do this again. Fortunately, not too big of a deal. Just a minor. I think this is about 45-second time loss. This whole Void Reaper section here. No, they might be able to. As much damage as we get reduced from him being in Bloodthirst move, we might be able to kill him. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to rush this actually. Oh, we might be able to pull this off. Okay, that was the Fury Cane rematch. Not the fastest, but that's alright. You got through it relatively speedily. It can go pretty bad if he does back-to-back Bloodthirst, which I've seen before. So anyways, it has kind of grown a soft heart towards our cause. He kind of recognizes how bad of a person his mother is, and how her trying to destroy all of this Skydom is, you know, pretty bad.
We're not related by blood, but I owe her my life.
If you want to turn back, no one will blame you.
So we're gonna go ahead and progress to the next rematch. I believe we do have one more of these rifts. Yeah, one more of these rifts, and then we're at Mana Armor.
As family, you must feel responsible for her crimes. Very well. We'll respect your wishes. There's something I wanted to ask you about.
You will
Last
know.
time we crossed swords, you transformed.
I'm on it.
Well,
Here we're gonna enter Mana Armor here.
manifestation of the dragon power sleeping with me.
And I'm gonna see if I can pull this off correctly. I'll have a little confession here. I don't really know exactly how the proper strat for this fight goes. I've just been kind of winging it in all my practice attempts here.
Pretending to be the Wolf of Latanya.
Not even covered in the room, Mana Armor. Be careful.
You've already done enough. Let me guide you to the other
I do know at around 80% HP, we're gonna have Galanza actually join us. That's going to start the trend of, during these rematches, ex-generals of Avia are gonna also help us out here.
It's the purple icicles. They explode upon impact. Steer clear of the blast.
He should be joining sometime soon. Yeah, whenever Mana Armor does his howl here,
Is everyone all right? It's got us pinned down. We have to do something.
Galanza is gonna help us here, putting it into this heavy blizzard.
Recognize that spear.
So we're gonna go ahead and rush over to him. He's gonna overdrive here. Kind of want our team members to initiate this, ideally. Oh, we should have. What I should have did there was I should have gone ahead and initiated the SBA myself before he got in the armor phase. That's my mistake. We should be fine though. I like to believe.
No autograph till after the fight.
They're kind of moving a little weird for my taste.
I show no mercy. Get cruising and give it a brute.
Galanza, I appreciate it.
Sentiment. I hate. I'm just here for the thrill. It's over.
Of course.
Let me hear your battle howl.
I think Alonzo's got this on his own.
Yes!
Okay, I think I pulled this off correctly. Should be killing here before he does any sort of meaningful bloodthirst or damage to us. Oh, maybe. Oh, we were going to come super close here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so we had to watch this Nox Eterna DM move. And then we should be close to finishing off after this. Ideally, Zeta can probably get enough SBA to finish it all, since she's at 93% right now. Here we are just waiting. As long as she doesn't do the SBA while Manic Armor's still bloodthirsted. Oh, I forgot Galanza does this. Galanza basically just bails us out here with that throwing spear move and prevents him from doing the ice move. Alright, if Zeta can do that SBA move, that'd be nice. Or this might just kill straight up if I didn't just get dropped there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Manic Armor's over. Alright. Cool fight. Alright, now we are coming up onto the last Primal Beast, which, as much as I shared my disdain for Vulcan Bola in Chapter 7, this Vulcan Bola fight, this rematch, actually has the potential to go really, really fast if I play it right. Although it's a really tight cycle here at the start. We're gonna see if I can pull it off. I'm gonna go ahead and... what am I doing? I'm gonna go ahead and restore my items here and heal up.
I gave myself to love to protect her vision. It's all a lie.
And as you can imagine, since we have the trend of generals joining us in on us in these fights, you can imagine Magiel's gonna join in for this fight here.
Please tell me that's a bad joke.
Spoilers.
So the area we're in, we're gonna like be sinking, but Magiel's gonna come to our aid, and we're gonna start off the rematch against Vulcan Bola. Alright, so how this fight plays out, I want to go ahead and knock both of its arms out, starting with its left arm, then its right arm, and that'll forcibly put him down here.
Decide to switch teams. Not that I don't appreciate the help, but
it should be enough damage. And then this arm, I want to go ahead and cast Damnation on.
I am here as a matter of
Should be breaking his arm soon. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I want to go ahead and deal as much damage as possible to this arm as I can. Yeah, you can already see we're doing a lot of damage here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if we can make this. It's gonna be really close.
Because you've only seen the opening act. The sword vessel allied itself with Avia to bring salvation to the sky. Now at last we can rise to the occasion. Oh no. It's been a while since you called me by that name. Have you had any chance to...
Okay, oh, that was really close. Oh, we got super close to hitting that one cycle there. We could have killed him straight at the start here. So we're gonna have to, unfortunately, probably see back-to-back desperation moves here. He's gonna do Odium, and then he's gonna do Oxalum. But when he does Oxalum, we should be killing him when he does Oxalum. And hey, thankfully with this rematch, we don't have to do none of the link charge, free Illyria shenanigans. So that's a huge, massive pro for this fight. Oh, we might get him here though, maybe. Oh no, he's gonna do Oxalum. Yeah, he dives down. He's gonna do, well, it's called Dark Rising for this rematch fight. They changed the names in the rematch fights.
Fireball! I forgot about the fireball!
we don't put out that fire, we're toast.
love how IL yells out, "We forgot about the fireball."
You will know pain.
The man was frightening! Don't burn your
Alright. So that was Vulcan Bola. Way faster than, you know, the first time we obviously fought him. Alright, and now all that there's left is to take care of Angermind once and for all.
Be s'mores by now.
It's too soon to celebrate.
Platforming here is a little weird. I'm gonna start doing my lunges, and we're gonna hit the peak of this pillar Yayoi.
Almost at the top.
I see that. I hate it.
Yeah, he's got some messed up taste.
I'm gonna stop by this hollow ground here to make sure I'm good on items first.
Take care of yourself, okay? Hey, you seeing what I'm seeing? Is that the gate to the astral realm? Looks even scarier up close. Strange.
So how this Angermind fight is gonna play out? Pretty much how we've been fighting these little mini fights in between bosses, where we wait for a keeper spawn to get a dimension warp over to the other side. That's kind of how this Angermind fight is gonna play out. Same concept for this first phase. This is a 2-phase fight. The second phase is a little harder than this first phase.
The skies will live to see tomorrow. The same can't be said of your corrupt ambition.
So we just, it's gonna go invisible. We're gonna wait for this keeper to spawn.
You can still redeem
These hands are gonna act like they're gonna attack us.
Eradicate these nuisances.
Here's our keeper.
Listen to me.
I think you've lost sight of the big
And while we do that, we're gonna go ahead and charge up our Undying.
when compared to all
Spam Damnation. Hopefully it hits Angermind. It did a little bit. Go ahead, charge this attack up. Alright, and that automatically takes her to the other side. Hitting one of her hands brings her to the other side automatically. I'm gonna go ahead and slow her down here, cast another Damnation, and this should be the first phase done just like that.
Astrea, be a dear, won't you?
Okay, yeah, that's the first phase just like that. The second phase is gonna be way harder. Alright, so between that phase, we were able to save Roland here.
Yeah,
But
at least you're
somehow
back,
Lilith still has more tricks up her sleeve. She's able to summon this massive army of ominous forms and watchers. This is kind of an intermission here. We don't really have to do anything here. Our AIs are going to attack all these enemies, which is nice. They'll get their SBA gauge up. Charlotta has really low SBA for whatever reason. She might have a certain skill on her that lets her distribute her SBA to other people. That's the only reason I can think of. But yeah, we're gonna wait until Roland says, "Oh hey, I have a plan." So how we get ourselves out of this situation is we're gonna have all of our connections, Zapta and Historia, all of the Skydon, come to this pillar Yayoi to help us out here. And they're gonna create an opening for us to take Angermind on one-on-one. Alright, so here at the start, we have to take care of these bigger watchers here before we can actually wait for a real watcher to transform us to the other side here. And when we're on the other side, what's a little difficult is we won't be as easy, or rather it's a little consistent with attacking the hands to take her to the other side, back to this light world. I don't know if I said that correctly. Or at least I've been having a little bit of inconsistency with it. So we're gonna see if something different happens.
Round up these petty servants of yours. They're more than master
Where's Angermind at?
This kind of fight is the kind that never ends.
Got dropped. That's okay. So yeah, you want to aim for the hands here, actually. That's what's going to mainly trigger her to the other side. It's just, I've been having a little bit of inconsistency with it. I don't really know why. So
the undying light.
There we go. All right, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and go in on Angra here. He's gonna go ahead, charge up and attack here, and hopefully all of my party members are attacking as well. I'm gonna go ahead and try to slow her down here, deal another attack. I'm also gonna go ahead and let them cast their SBAs here. And ideally, this takes us all the way from 60 to 100.
And raised armies that overran the Sega Grande Skydom. Bring back on all the violence you've incited. Does that really look like a path to utopia? Your megalomania is a threat. No matter where you are, we'll never let you return.
Which it's looking very good.
Right again! That's hubris speaking. No one person can determine right.
We might be cutting it a little close here.
No one will believe your lies. Not anymore.
Oh no, that's not great. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we're gonna have to watch her little desperation move here. I believe she's automatically gonna do salvation. This is the desperation move. So all these hands are going to cast little lasers we can easily evade, and then after that we just have to defeat 4 of these hands to knock her back down. She might do something different after it at the end of this. Oh no, she's not doing the move. Okay, that's good. She's not doing the move I thought she was doing. So this will take her down. And we should be able to finish her off here, assuming we get a link attack, which is probably likely. Yeah, we'll just link attack here to be safe here. And that is Angra. This is for real this time. We finally beat Lilith and Angra. This is the last time we are seeing her. But this is not the final chapter. It is not over yet, because so Id's backstory with Lilith is Lilith tried to originally summon Bahamut Verza, some completely different dragon from Bahamut, Proto-Bahamut, which is the good dragon, which Lyria has. So she sealed Bahamut Verza into Id, and as she was dying, she gave her dying wishes and broke the seal from Id. Now Id transformed into a massive dragon that's going to destroy this Skydom. So we're going to give chase and try to see if we can free him from Bahamut's Versa's control.
All right, let's go.
This is the final boss. It's pretty epic too. The music is really good. I think the developers actually liked the music quite a bit, because as anticlimactic as this is to say, but we've seen quite a few bit of auto-scrollers in this run. This is the biggest auto-scroller here out of them all. This whole fight is scripted to a T. VGM actually found that this boss, the way this boss progresses is directly tied to the track. The track will literally speed up or slow down depending on how you progress through this fight. So nothing we really do here in this first half is going to matter until we see Transcendence, which is a DPS check. So we're just going to jam out to this music here, because this is some pretty epic music here. And Roland is going to go ahead and talk about his how this is all installed or something like that. Roland's a cool character.
Our attempt to intervene with this process may have far-reaching consequences.
Proto-Bahamut does have an HP gate here. No matter how much damage we do to him, he won't ever get past or below 50% until Transcendence happens. Usually by the time you enter this chapter, you can have a good indicator of what the final time will be. It's usually always about 10 minutes this chapter takes. So whatever your chapter 9 time was, just add like 10 or 11 minutes, give or take. Now there is, I know I say this is an auto-scroller, but there is a chance to lose time to something down the road. There's a part of this where we could lose some time if I don't do it right, or rather, if I get unlucky and my AI kind of screw me over. but we will see if that happens when we get there.
You were betrayed by the woman who raised you, made into a dragon's vessel for 15 years. And yet you, a mere mortal, survived. If I should fail to rescue you, I don't think I shall ever forgive myself for the rest of my long life. In the past, I had nearly existed.
Right. He just
wasn't until you
very cinematic, doing all these meaningless attacks. They look very cool, but they just serve nothing but waste their time, really.
All I want is to be a part of that. To help you build a glowing future. As an Astral, I am also to blame for the failures of my people. And I swear to you now,
okay, he's going to do this bloodthirst move. We're going to get into another phase where I believe Lyria starts to, maybe it's this part, maybe not.
I don't like to admit it, but gods are a little
I'm misremembering some of this part, because usually when I get to Kirin runs, I largely don't pay attention for the most part. Yeah, Lyria is going to summon Bahamut here, and Proto Bahamut is going to go toe-to-toe with Bahamut Verza here in just a moment. The vocals are very nice in this track.
It's the light of the apocalypse.
Alright, so here's where what we do actually matters here. We have to go ahead and hit a certain DPS check here, which is not hard at all. We're just going to do like one charged hit and we're automatically there. And this Transcendence Bar will disappear about 3/4 in the way. It'll just disappear. We won't have to wait for it to fill up. And now we're into, I guess you could say this is the second phase of the fight.
Everyone, gather around me. Get to Lyria, now! I'll keep you all safe, I promise!
Dance for us, Vaseraga. Dance for us.
It's the only thing we can really do. I wonder if there's an emote 2 dance, actually. I know there's a lot of applauding and sitting and victory poses we can do.
Not quite!
Alright, so Bahamut Verza immediately drops to 20%, and the fight is now with Id himself. We're trying to break free Id from this curse, and because he's being under the control of Bahamut Verza, we're trying to get him to use his free will to break free from the curse himself. So, Id here, we do want to get him to below about 50% HP. Within this HP threshold range, he'll be able to do a move called Final Mortality, or it's some move we need him to do in order to progress the fight.
Don't you remember?
The tricky thing is, our AI is rather strong with Zeta and Charlotta. There is a potential chance that they could end up killing Id. If they end up killing Id and his HP drops to 0% HP, he will just respawn with 100% HP. He'll get resurrected. So after 50% HP, we're just going to dip. I'm just going to dip and pray my AI team members don't kill Id here.
I thought you knew us better than that, Id. None of us would ever.
He's going to charge across the field. That's actually saving him more than anything, so my party members don't attack him. Also, while Bahamut Verza and Proto Bahamut fight in the background. I want to know, is there a dance emote? Okay, that's a very cool pose. So we're waiting for some certain line, or I believe it's a certain part of the track that'll progress it to do the move. It'll be very blatantly obvious what the move is.
Live my own life.
Any day now. Almost there. Please don't kill Id, guys. I'd appreciate that. Oh, here it is. Yep, this is the move.
Its mind is growing more and more fractured. You need to bring him back now!
Alright. So that's second phase down.
It's over!
For whatever reason, he's still casting this, I don't know what you would say, this one-handed spirit bomb or whatever. He's casting here.
Did we do it?
Let you! He's starting to break free from Versa! Just a little more!
There we go. We're gonna have a little sequence after this, after he's done shooting all these lasers and whatnot around us, where he'll finally break free. You got it, Id. Fight it. Fight it. There we go.
Now that he's human again, you have
We're almost there.
chance to wrest him completely free.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
You should at least believe in yourself, Doofus. Think back to when you were fighting to protect the sky. Is that still like the
So we're also going to go ahead and destroy these crystals here. They're also on a timer, I believe. I believe this very last one probably won't break until we're done. We're done with the dialogue here, I mean.
At least you'll know you're being true to yourself.
Alright. He finally freed Id. He's no longer under Versa's control.
I want to be a defender. To all of you, Illyria, to the skies!
Okay. So we are now in the home stretch. Pretty much he's going to enter overdrive and then do his little bloodthirst move. After this bloodthirst move, we're going to have a little victory speech here at the end where, oh man, it's so fun being a Skyfarer and we love going on adventures, and we're going to end up killing Bahamut Versa. And that'll be when time ends.
All right, Versa. See how you like a taste of your own medicine. Reach your powers against you.
Even though there's so much,
Alright,
I feel strangely calm.
We're veteran Skyfarers.
still in bloodthirst mode.
Apocalyptic rodeo, and it won't be our last.
Okay, get ready on time. Time is going to end when the HP bar hits 0%. I'll just call it out. It's kind of hard to do. It's time.
I feel the same way.
But pretty much after Burm is done talking to this line, we'll get the little experience point.
We're gonna kick some dragon tail and go on sailing to the end of the sky.
Time. All right. First of all, I want to say thank you all for letting me entertain you tonight and being allowed to run this at RPG Limit Break. This was very fun. I want to shout out to BGM, Fallen Sukasa, Vivi, all the people in the Grand Blue Fantasy Speedrun Discord link. And yeah, that's kind of a majority of the stuff I have to say.
The truth hurts. All that I've suppressed.
There is like a little...
Damn it. I should have realized it sooner. No use running anymore.
Oh. Okay, after this cutscene, there is like a little section where we just sit around doing nothing in the game, but it's not for whatever reason, we decided to just end the time here because we didn't want to inflate the timer.
Evil dragon. Child of darkness and flames.
My name is...
Excellently run, Lightning Leon. That was incredible. Thank you so much. Once again, my friends, I've been Zathian, your host. I have to leave you for now, but fear not, I'm leaving you in the capable, gentle hands of Anatoliu. After this quick ad break, we'll be back with even more RPG Limit Break. Stay tuned.
taking over for hosting from Zalthian. Zalthian, thank you so much for that clean handoff and great hosting job. And that was a really, really fun run. It was really cool to see. At the end of that, I'm going to have some great music stuck in my head for quite a while. Just want to remind everybody, RPG Limit Break 2024 is coming to you live from Salt Lake City, Utah, where we are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI was formed in 1979 as a grassroots advocacy organization by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illnesses, and they have maintained that focus to this day. Next run we have coming up is Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen for the Sega Saturn. We do have a couple bid wars still open if you'd still like to get your bids in. We have both choosing the opinion leader's gender as well as naming the opinion leader. Those are both still open and definitely still snipeable if you have a strong preference or a fun name or meaningful name that you would like to bring in for the speedrun. Did you know that roughly 1 out of 5 Americans lives with a mental health condition? We at RPG Limit Break are proud to be raising money for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, a charity that works tirelessly toward cracking the code of mental illness through various means such as education, leadership, and increasing the availability of care. Please join RPG Limit Break in supporting this incredibly worthy cause. do have a couple donations that I'd like to read out here. We have a donation of $5 from Red Silvers with a comment that says, donating so I can put a tribute to Bob the Ninja Goldfish out there. We miss you, Bob. We also have a $75 donation from Dangy Brangus that says, fight it out. Thank you so much for those donations. Still have some great donation incentives open for the run following Ogre Battle as well, Dragon Quest III, including Get the Cat Suit and Sing the Ending Theme. So those are some great open incentives that we'd love to see some donations so that we can have the cat run around in Dragon Quest III and experience the wonderful ending theme song of Dragon Quest III as well. RPG Limit Break is proud to partner with the Yeti, who have designed 3 exclusive t-shirts and an enamel pin for this year's event. If you'd like to see these awesome designs, please visit theyeti.com and check them out. Remember, these items will only be available for the duration of the marathon, so get yours before it's too late.